Hello, everybody. Pop culture curator here. So good to see you all again. We're here with another episode of Star Trek: The Animated Reviews, and I apologize. I'm running a little late. I just sent the invites to Jill and Scotty, so they should be here quite soon, hopefully. And Gorilla's Random Thoughts, how are you doing, sir?
I'm a little pissed now. Because I said I got a promise. I made a promise there to a friend. And they got it on videotape. That if I got to 275 subscribers by the time the ball dropped on New Year's Eve, I would sing Barbie Girl on a karaoke stream. I just hit 277.
So what are they supposed to do? You said, I'm sorry.
I got to sing Barbie Girl on karaoke. Like, I have to make a Barbie Girl karaoke video singing Barbie Girl.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm old. Can you familiarize me with Barbie Girl?
Goes, I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
Come on, Barbie. Let's go
Hey,
party.
Scotty.
Oh, it sounds like Scotty wants to join me. Sounds like Scotty wants to join me on that.
Well, you know what? I could be a good backup
duet.
singer.
Or you can do a duet. Right?
Now I have to thank you again for Pop Culture Curator allowing me to come and be a part of the conversation when it comes to the animated series of Star Trek. I didn't like this episode because I don't think I got it.
Damn it, you stole my token.
That's totally fine.
So I'm not going to say anything negative about this episode because I just don't think I understood what the hell was happening.
Oh.
There we go. Hail, Captain Infinity and Antiderivative Jill. How are you all doing?
Hello, great.
Yay!
I'm so sorry I was late getting that link sent. I was getting everything together at the last minute. I apologize for the delay.
Me too. Don't worry about it. It wasn't anything to do with you. I just wanted to spend some time working on this.
How are you doing, Captain? Captain may be having
good answer. Issues. Great talk. Thank you.
Captain, I think you may be having audio issues. I hope he gets it worked out. I hope he can join us tonight.
He lives in New Zealand, so it's not good.
Yeah, where he lives, it looks just like Gilligan's Island, all tropical and everything.
Thank heavens he left.
I suspect he'll be back. Hopefully he'll get the issue addressed.
Hopefully he will.
And
I apologize for interrupting, but this is going to be one of those episodes where I'm going to have everyone explain it to me.
Okay, they're on a 5-year mission. Kirk's the captain.
No, not that part.
There you are, Captain. Good to see you, sir.
Yay!
Yeah, I think this episode, to touch lightly on what you're talking about, Scotty, and we'll cover this in more detail. It did kind of hop around a lot, or like they were trying to cram too much in too little amount of time, maybe.
Well, and we've talked about how much it opens up the science fiction aspect of Star Trek when you put it in animated form, because you can do so much more with special effects and alien races and geographies and whatnot. But there does come a point when it's just like, okay, so this is a little kid with a coloring book and a bunch of crayons.
Well, yeah, some episodes are more Star Trek than others. That's for sure.
And some of them are just Saturday morning get high.
Well, I don't know if I got high when I was. I don't know if I got high when I was watching this. I think I was 9 years old, but
but it's so much. There's so much going on in this episode in terms of alien races and cultures and what are they doing and why are they doing it? And I don't even do you remember your 0G combat? Come on, that's great.
No gravity combat training.
That's it.
Remember?
Yeah, like, oh my stars, there is so much going on in this, and my head is going from First Contact to the animated series to, oh, I don't like it. Oh, I love it. Like this episode, I need someone else to walk me through it. I don't know if it's too
Here
much
we
Star
are.
Trek.
Well, we could start from the beginning.
Right?
That
You
is
come to the
usually
right
a
place,
good
that's for
place
sure.
to start.
But you definitely came to the right place.
The episode first aired on January 12th, 1974. It was written by Stephen Candle, who is a prolific screenwriter. He's written one or more episodes for over 100 different TV shows.
Whoa.
Including MacGyver, Batman 1966, Mission Impossible, and 2 episodes of Star Trek, the original series. He
Never
wrote
seen it.
Mud's Women and I, Mud, and also Mud's Passion for the animated series.
For the animated series. Big Mud fan.
He's mud in your eye.
Hail
Yeah, so
Stokely,
this
so good to see you.
Hey, Skorr.
Hey, Skogly.
Yeah. So you guys want my token F for the week?
Why not? I waited
Yes.
all week for it. Go for it.
All right.
I always like to be effed by Gorilla's random.
Well, I
phones.
agree with Scotty. I couldn't follow this one here. And second of all, I was kind of halfway bored with it because I couldn't follow it. I had more entertainment fishtailing all the way home than I did with watching this episode. And it didn't even make sense that only 2 minutes passed at the end of the damn episode. They never explained
That's fair. I agree completely. And I agree with Gorilla's random thoughts. What a wonderful day.
Yay!
Finally,
Yeah,
people
Gorilla.
are coming to my side. Finally, it took 16 episodes, but I finally got Jill and Scotty coming to my side.
It's one episode, buddy. Don't get all fucking flippy dippy.
That's the nature of random thoughts, but sooner or later, one of them had to stick.
And this game,
You know what? Who am I to say? Get all flippy dippy.
So the episode here. Oh, did you have more to your token F review?
I was just going to say, this might have been the reason why the animated series died. This episode, they might have already had the other 6 produced, and they just put them out because they already spent the money on it. But this could have been the death of the animated series right here.
Well, if you consider that the last episode of a season, it makes a turning point for a show, then possibly. Like, what was the last episode? It was that. Was that good? Not really.
Right
Yeah,
after
but-
seeing this as a child, or we had to wait almost 6 to 8 months for the next episode.
Yeah, so it could have been this is when they said we're not making any more. Whatever you already got produced, we'll put out. But after that, no more.
Gorilla, I kind of agree with you again. I don't know what's going on today.
I know it's interesting too because Dorothy Fontana was the script editor.
Well, she's the editor for all of the episodes, so somehow she let this one pass. Just, I guess, based on his Harry Mudd past, he got away with whatever he wanted. So here's what the book says. Where's Harry Mudd? The Jihad was written by Stephen Candle's 4th Star Trek script, 2 for the original series, TOS, and 2 for the animated series. And the first one not to include Harry Mudd. Candle's 3 previous stories were Mud's Women, I, Mud, and Mud's Passion. While his unofficial Mud trilogy concluded in Mud's Passion, which he and Gene Roddenberry had initially discussed for a season 3 of TOS, the Jihad was an entirely new pitch. And so for this episode, we start with the captain's log. Stardate 5683.1. We're making a rendezvous with the Vendala asteroid on a unique mission. The Vendala are the oldest spacefaring race we know. They say something incredibly dangerous to the safety of our galaxy is developing, and they have sent for selected specialists, including Spock and myself. So, I mean, at first, I was kind of intrigued by all these alien ships congregating outside of this planet.
Yeah.
And the book says about that TAS used previous designs resumed as the 4 starships in orbit of Vendala asteroid. They were drawings from the time travel.
Yes.
Now with one more note on this episode. I will say my kid did like this episode, so he's gonna watch he said he'll watch the next one with me.
As I
There we
watched,
go.
as I was watching this episode, I thought, hey, this seems like a kid's show. Like I normally I watch Star Trek animated series, and I'm saying I'm watching Star Trek. I'm watching a kid's show.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's my major. That's why you have to walk me through this.
Oh, look, it's Scotty.
Yeah, it's Scotty. So cooperation between these different alien races to solve a problem seems like a good idea.
Now, if I remember right, Scotty doesn't actually. James Johan is not in this doing the voice of Scotty, right?
What?
That's right.
He's normally doing all the voices. Now he's not even doing his own one. That's a bit extreme.
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't. Oh yeah, he does. He voices T'Char, and he voices Sword.
But he doesn't voice Scotty.
Correct.
Yeah, so he voices the bird guy and the reptile guy.
That's like having Harrison Ford play a random Nazi in Raiders of the Lost Ark, but not Indiana Jones. What the?
Well, Captain Infinity, I just wanted to, and as promised, I would show you Chekhov.
Chekhov is here, but now there's no Scotty. I never forget the face.
What kind of accent was that, you weirdo?
I was hoping you wouldn't comment on it and I'd just get away with it. I never forget a face. It was actually good question. Random generic accent in my head. It was nothing.
Anyway, I apologize for interrupting. Let's continue with the episode.
Yeah, I apologize for Scotty.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. So Kirk and Spock are called to be part of this collaboration between worlds. 5 others are already there. They see a tall golden bird man named T'Char, a light green insect alien named Green or M? I don't know. Magren? A cat alien named Vidala, a humanoid named Laura, and a lizard named Sword. And I was thinking the whole episode, he'd be a cute little toy. And that's really what this episode turns out to be, a cute little kid show.
Now, with that cat woman there, the way it looks like she's really damn sick there, you think they'd ever go up to Dr. McCoy and see if they can get her so she's not...
Well, that's what I was thinking about her. She actually reminds me of, well, they say that she's a species of a highly powerful race. Like, so she kind of reminds me of the Telosians. Very
Kirk must
intelligent.
I bet Kirk Spock, how many of these people am I sexually compatible with?
Well, that will come up too. But
the
also,
woman.
the cat alien is also physically diminutive, like the Telosians. Was my point.
Yeah, I'm thinking. What makes you think they're sick, Gorilla? The way he's standing, or what? The way she's standing?
Well, hunched over, arms. The paws are curved out like they're like she's in excruciating pain. That's the way she has to hold herself up.
Well, also,
the least amount of pain.
Also, she admits that she's not tolerant enough her race cannot go to this planet. They're not able to take the environment. So that's another.
Have they not got spacesuits?
True.
Yeah, I guess they don't have the technology.
They don't even mention that.
Like, I'm not compatible with this planet. We're going to send you down anyway.
I can't breathe.
Yeah. Exactly. So there you go. You found a good problem with this episode, Captain.
Yay! No, I'm happy.
So, also, I didn't know this till I read the book, but it says in the book a new role for a Star Trek writer, Gerald. So David Gerald wrote for the TOS Trouble with Tribbles and Cloud Minders, and appeared on the burgeoning convention circuit as fans could not absorb enough about the Final Frontier. Dorothy Fontana brought him back for TAS, where he penned 2 more scripts, More Tribbles, More Troubles, and BEM. Gerald, who had made an animated appearance in Tribbles, the Tribbles sequel, approached TAS director Hal Sutherland looking for a guest voice role on the show, and as the writer wished to obtain a Screen Actors Guild card. He made his acting debut in the Jihad, perfectly voicing the self-described coward M, although he wished he had more time to work on the role. It was only later that I realized I should have done the voice differently, but they already recorded it and used it, Gerald explained. So David Gerald is that little green insect thing. Oh, okay. I gotta be right back.
Oh,
well, I can only assume.
Yes. That's what I was thinking.
I take it Jill hasn't, her nap time hasn't come in the mail yet.
I don't know if they'll ship chloroform in the mail there, Gorilla.
Honey, does this smell like chloroform to you?
Just kidding, guys. Just kidding.
It's a commercial. It's a parody commercial.
Oh yeah. What?
Yeah, your nap time hasn't come in the mail, huh?
I have no idea what they're discussing.
Okay.
The kiddie chloroform
Me neither.
commercial, remember?
No, but Laura is a hunter.
How
The
could you forget?
humanoid. She was supposed to be played by Majel Barrett, but here the book explains why she wasn't. It says Rod Roddenberry's impact on TAS. During the recording session for the first season of TAS, Majel Barrett Roddenberry was pregnant with the Roddenberry's only child, Eugene, later known as Rod. Morning sickness prevented her from voicing the characters of Bendela and Laura for Jihad, parts that would be played at the last minute by Jane Webb, who voiced many characters for Filmation shows between 1968 and 1978. TAS publicist Fred Bronson was the first to photograph the happy parents at home with their new baby boy.
Interesting. They could have gotten Nichelle Nichols, but oh well.
Right? Why didn't they use Nichelle?
Yeah, maybe she was busy. Maybe it was like a last minute thing and they couldn't get her.
Yeah.
Why didn't they get Scott to do Scotty's voice? He was right there doing other voices. Hey, Scotty, do you want to play Scotty? Nah, I'm good. Okay.
Well, they didn't need Scotty for this episode, I guess.
Oh, you mean the character's not there? Oh, well, so was he mute at the beginning?
Yeah, he was just...
Scotty. Okay.
I have a couple of questions. No, but I have a couple of actual production questions. Like, how long until the end of the season?
This is it.
Are we there?
This is the season finale?
Yeah.
Yes, this is the last one for the season, 1973.
Exactly. So they're out of money. They don't know what's going on. They're throwing everything at the animators as opposed to the voice talent. That's why
they do a lot of animation in this episode. I agree.
Well, look at all the aliens. Look at the little guy with the tail, the green man. So no, I think that this is just like, okay, fine. You wanted us to be an animated show, so we're gonna do it. And they were like, "Oh my God, you're renewed."
Okay, and of course, Spock is a scientist. Kirk is the leader. And T'Char explains that his people, the Skorr, used to fight and breed armies quickly, but they became peaceful because of a religious leader named Alar, who brought peace to the Skorr. And when he died, the Skorr decided to infuse his brain patterns into an Indurite sculpture.
Oh my God! What are you talking about?
Indurite is a completely made up alien material. I don't know.
No, keep going. Don't let me interrupt. I'm just saying, this is crazy.
It's crazy. But this is the main science fiction idea we get from the episode, because they don't just act like
science fantasy.
No,
Jill,
okay,
you
okay,
are
you're
my
right,
science fantasy guru,
No, okay,
and this is absolute nonsense.
Okay.
In gobbledygook of technobabble.
I'd say still science fiction. They're just aliens. No one's cast any spells, travelled in time, or done any nonsense. It's not hard science fiction.
Oh, they never seen the end of the episode.
Reliable.
Okay, so what I was saying, they don't just act as if they transferred Alar's memories, but also his soul. I guess I could see where you're saying it's fantasy.
Oh yeah,
Therefore,
no, the soul. Yeah, no, I'll take it back, Scotty. Yeah.
Let the lady speak.
But he's agreeing. Therefore, they're talking about the singularity, which is a future in which man's entire consciousness can be uploaded into a machine, but not just the consciousness. They're saying the soul. So I don't know what they're talking about either. So
that goes back to the transport. See, I still think you can duplicate a consciousness, but you can't transfer one. It's not the same thing.
I read an article on it once where they actually are considering it. It's just that the size of the human mind is still vast compared to what we can store right now, but it is in the future, in the viable future. And they are intending on doing it to store information.
I'm still waiting for an iPad with a calculator on it.
I don't like hypothetical assumptions as to what the human brain is capable of, because, like, considering what the human brain has done so far, I think it's pretty impressive. So
it's very impressive, right? As long as they download the right brain
where it is.
Right, and as long as it's the right brain, not the wrong one, you know.
And you don't believe it can be duplicated?
I don't think it can.
But
a brain, maybe. Soul, no, I would say.
Right, exactly. And so that's where this episode is weird, because they say soul instead of consciousness. And so the Skorr have lost the soul of Skorr, so they're getting ready for war.
Can you show me a picture of the little lizard guy? Not this asshole. He's a dick.
He is. Well, yeah, he's the antagonist.
Golden Griffin man.
Okay.
When you're in Ontario, please visit Guelph.
This is Sword. And that was Char.
Yeah, he's very attractive to the women on his planet.
He's an extra in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Lizards! I'm surrounded by lizards!
This is a woman, right?
Yes, this is the woman. This is
your word for it.
What was her name? I don't know.
Malk.
Hunchback. Quasimodo.
Kitty.
Yeah, she's
Kitty-modo.
No, she has
Lynxis Alexis.
It doesn't.
Quasi-Kitty. Quasi-Kitty-modo.
Carol.
Badala. Her name is Badala.
Captain.
So, what? Okay.
And she is an expert lockpicking thief.
No.
No, she says that the lizard guy is. She's telling.
And then we get.
Right. She's reading out the qualifications.
Who's this chick? She looks Klingon.
She's hot for Kirk.
She's Laura.
This is actually the hottest that any chick gets for Kirk in the animated series so far, because they've really dismissed the sexy times.
Mm-hmm.
There hasn't been any romance.
Laura,
I have a feeling she comes from a planet that dominates men by the way she talks.
Well, I have to go to that planet.
She comes from San Francisco.
Well, with her, Kirk made the biggest mistake. Kirk made the biggest damn mistake with her, though. When she goes, I find you attractive. Do you find me attractive? And when you're asked that, or if you go, am I beautiful? The answer is always yes. Doesn't matter. The answer is always yes, and he just goes fascinating.
What if you say yes? There. What if you say yes, and then she hops your bones, and then immediately says, "Okay, let's go."
Okay, then you get laid. What's the downside?
Well, what's the deal? What's the problem? Got a condom?
Well, you know why they didn't? It's because it's a kid show.
It is a kid show, but I'm saying, what if she's not good looking?
No, Jill. This is real Star Trek.
I know. Most of the time it is.
Right. What if she looks like Melissa McCarthy? Are you going to say, yeah, you look fine?
Well, who's Melissa McCarthy?
Well, it's a lady that I have slept with. Allegedly.
Several times on one side and several times on the other.
I'm just saying, I'm a big fan of the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I'll take Melissa over Jenny. At least she's a brunette.
Anyway, moving on. We are looking at an evil
No offense to anybody out there. I'm just joking, guys.
No, and I don't know. I was talking nonsense. Anyway, he's arguing about being a superior.
Yeah, he explains that his people, the Skorr, used to fight and breed armies very quickly. But because but were brought peace because of Alara. Like we said before, he was infused into his sculpture, the Alara religious figure, and they got to find it. They got to find this thing.
I want that man broiled, plucked, broiled, and stuffed.
Exactly, that's dinner.
So, since they lost this thing, the soul of Skorr, they are getting ready for war because they didn't precisely. I guess they didn't learn much from Alara because they lost. I guess they can only be peaceful through the constant presence of this soul of Skorr, is what I'm getting from this.
Oh my god, I don't care.
Basically, the amalgamating his consciousness into the whatever was a waste of time. The moment he pops his clogs, they started fighting again.
Like, I hate this episode so much until the end.
No.
And also, why is Kirk's top so orange? Did he put it in the red?
It does look orange. I was thinking that too. Yes.
That's a good point.
And once again, the director is colorblind, so that might be one of the problems.
You're color, bro. Never mind.
Skogly Jotun says, I think it's Jotun. She'll do.
And that's the planet they're going to go to. I'll be right back.
I think she's very severe. I don't like her at all.
Just don't piss her off, I guess.
I just wanted, I'm hoping that Jill has some of the lizard boy. Like,
what about those mushrooms behind Kirk and Spock? They look fun.
Well, I don't know. If I'm on an alien planet, and like based on my Starfleet training, I'm not going to pick up the mushroom head on an alien planet and eat it like an apple.
If I saw a giant egg, I'd lean right into that fucker.
I'm not scrambling that egg for nutrition unless I thoroughly investigate it with a.
Maybe they're shiitake mushrooms.
Well, you're a shiitake. What?
A shit-talking mushroom.
Oh, mushrooms. Those could be fun.
So anyway, now we have this representation of the planet in between all of these disparate species.
Yeah, and Spock describes just how quickly the Skorr can build armies with a force like this. Like they can make 200 billion warriors in just 2 years. So it's a wonder we don't see these birds crawling all over the place in subsequent Star Trek episodes. But I guess it's a good thing.
Birds don't crawl; they fly, Jill.
Okay. Further, Char claims they need to keep the loss of this soul of Skorr a secret.
Oh my God, I have a tummy ache based on this description.
They have to keep it a secret because if the people find out, they'll launch a jihad.
Okay.
If we look at the secret plans that Princess Leia provided, hopefully we can find a weakness.
My shoulders hurt.
So does hers.
Yeah, true.
That's a bad posture.
Badala says that the motive for stealing the soul is to start this holy war, this jihad. So despite their power, the Vandala cannot retrieve the soul themselves because they're not strong enough, which, like I said, reminds me of the Telosians.
Ladies,
intelligent, but physically stunted.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I ask you a question?
You just did.
What is the definition of a jihad?
A holy war, according to this.
What exactly?
Holy war, I always thought.
What is the holy war that is being occurring in this episode?
It doesn't happen. It's just...
There is no holy war?
Look, okay, so to charge...
I think they're trying to
potential jihad, it should be called.
I have to jump to the end of the episode. To charge...
Potential
okay,
jihad.
We'll get there.
No, we're not going to get there. We're going to explain it now because this episode sucks anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, they're trying to prevent it?
So to charge...
I love it when Jill gets angry.
Maybe the point is they're trying to prevent a jihad?
Yeah, right. They're trying to prevent it. But here, T'Char is the one who stole the thing. He stole it and so that he could start a jihad because it's been stolen. Because he knows if his people find out about it, they're going to start a war. And that's what he's trying to do. But we'll find out why later.
Why? Good to see Ola Greg.
Sorry, like I said, I just gave away the whole thing. But
carry on.
So yeah. Vandala describes the planet, a mad planet, geologically unstable, constant earthquakes, gravitic shifts, tidal waves. The temperature varies from 20 Kelvin to 204 above. Somewhere on that planet, the soul of Valar is hidden. 3 expeditions have tried to recover it. 3 expeditions have been lost. You are the next, if you agree. But don't worry about those 3 other expeditions. We don't really learn about anything about them.
Yeah, once again, right, failed expeditions that we'll never hear or learn about.
Yeah, where did you send them? Don't know.
Nice card.
Yeah, I'd like to know where it came from.
Okay,
It's a Tesla.
as soon as we get to this lava thing here, I want to mention something. As soon as we get to the lava thing.
The T'Char have
That's an incredibly sexy woman.
That's a woman?
No, this is
lizard?
not a woman.
I didn't know. I
this
didn't
is Skorr.
assume. That's a Gorn?
No, it's not. Well, it's a Skorr. Oh, it's Skorr.
It's a
I don't know what
Skorr.
his
It would have been cooler if it was a Gorn.
Well, it's not a Skorr. The birds are the Skorr.
Oh, I'm sorry, I got mixed up.
God, I hate this
is
episode.
some kind of lizard alien.
So is a Gorn.
Well, she said at the
Yeah,
beginning, I
so
just
it's
don't
Indian
remember.
reptilians. What's your point?
It's a lizard.
So
Yes,
are the
it is.
Cardassians. They're reptiles.
True story. Yes.
Uh,
True story.
And I guess the T'Char have some kind of telepathy, at least for each other, because T'Char says he cannot feel the soul anywhere around. Either that or they really don't have telepathy because T'Char is a big fat liar. So I don't know what to trust about him.
Well, okay. So see the
And-
green guy? Do you see the green guy? Go back one.
Yeah.
See the green guy? That is the Eeyore of the galaxy. Okay, we can go on.
Eeyore. Yeah, he's kind of sad.
I hate that guy.
Well, they established he's a coward.
Well, no, remember that episode where in Star Trek: The Next Generation, where Captain Picard gets taken to like the prison, and then there's that one guy who is a pacifist and he won't do anything, and then the Nausicaan is going to eat him or whatever.
Yeah, I remember that.
That wasn't
Same
a
guy.
Nausicaan.
But
That
that was
wasn't
a
a
fun
Nausicaan.
episode.
Yeah,
That wasn't
this
a
one
Nausicaan.
sucks.
Yeah, that wasn't a Nausicaan in that episode, though.
No,
I can't
it
remember
wasn't.
what he was, but he wasn't a Nausicaan.
But
Agreed. And
similar
I
kind of
understand that.
aggression.
I understand that. I'm sorry, Gorilla. I was just I was being racist, I suppose. Specious.
That's right.
Yeah, you species. We're
whoever-
canceling you.
Whatever species it
Well,
was, it had the
speciesism is
same
okay.
kind of
They are
aggression.
different.
You know what? You're absolutely right. I should smoke the rest of this.
So
And Ola Greg says should be surviving members of previous expeditions. And
Anyway, I do enjoy, you know what, that display that is on screen right now. Like, that's pretty cool.
but we don't get to really use this GPS because
Yeah.
it sputters out and explodes.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
it was a car stereo. Oh, because I thought Spock was going to be like, I want to choose the music.
That one made a cool poster, though.
I guess maybe this is the only science fiction aspect of the episode. This type of tracking device was invented in the mid-60s to track U.S. submarines carrying nuclear missiles. But it's all good, though. They don't need the GPS because Laura, the hunter, can determine the way to go.
Yeah.
Plus, Kirk has a good sense to want an overview, so T'Char flies up to scout overhead.
Oh my God, I hate this episode.
Then we find out Laura's opinions about Vulcans. She says, which explains, I don't know. She says Vulcans, never liked them much myself. Cold-blooded critters, all of them. So she's kind of racist.
She's never seen Spock drunk, clearly.
Mhm. But then she says,
she reminds me of the lady from Space 1999.
Yeah, right here. This scene is what I was talking about.
she says, but not human like you and me. Maybe you got different customs. My world, there's a lot of females, not so many men. Come we find a man attractive. We say so. I'm saying so. How do you find me? And Kirk
I
turns
just moved
down
a rock and there you were.
Kirk turns down her advances because they're doing a job, and of course Kirk's going to do his duty.
Well,
Unless
and I
Lester's
think
time
that
available.
is, you know what? And as much as I despise this episode, until we get to the part where I'm gonna love it, but like right now, I think that there is a common misconception that Captain Kirk is a person who will F anything. And I don't think that's fair.
Yeah, they kind of make fun of it in this episode too.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a human male.
Well, yeah, but it's not like he solves every problem by alien sex.
It's true. He
Well, he
doesn't.
sells plenty of them.
But some of them,
Like
it just
three
happens to
of
be.
them. 3.
Like Conscious of the King.
No, that wasn't solved by sex. It was complicated by sex.
The Enterprise
Well, there
incident.
was sex anyway.
The
Sex is
Enterprise
complicated.
incident. Turnabout to Intruder.
Enterprise
Blink of an eye.
incident is all about Spock having the sex.
Ordered by Kirk.
Yay.
Not ordered.
Ordered.
Anyway,
I
we'll
ordered
get
to have
there, we'll
sex.
get
Is
there.
that a Starfleet directive?
Don't forget to like and subscribe to Antiderivative Jill's channel, where every Tuesday at around the noon time in the central of America, not Central America, Central Standard Time, and we talk about the original series Star Treks. But that's not for now. Right now, we're talking about this shitty car that a lot of aliens and Starfleet officers are riding because of, like, what is that one wheel in the front?
That's to gain traction. It can dig in and pull.
I hate your apologism.
I could be wrong, but I would say
I think you are. I think you
Yeah, it's kind of
Maybe
Lean
help
machine
climb.
is busy.
I
think of
love
it
you
as
like
a
a
tire
brother,
with a
but I
chain.
think you're very wrong.
Hey, Scott, you think of it like with a tire with a chain there. It's to break it up for better grip.
That's what I'm
So you don't
thinking.
Sure.
start fishtailing all over the planet's surface.
All I'm saying is I don't want the Lego version.
And Ola Greg says, pull out the plug, Mr. Spock. And I hope it
Butt
showed
plug.
Jill's channel. Yes, it did. Good.
Thank you for posting. Mike.
No, my pleasure. I'm happy my Stream Elements bot's working so far. So, yeah, I'm happy
Mine's
just
been
for that.
working too. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, terrific.
So back to the episode. There's a sudden rainstorm and then a volcano erupts.
Oh
And-
no, inclement weather. What an amazing plot device.
But don't worry, it's sunny again.
Instantly,
This
right.
is-
Oh my god.
Very radical
I'll be
weather.
right back.
Actually,
'cause I wanna
that's
talk
like
about
that's
this.
like New Zealand.
Wait a
I
minute,
am
let's
so happy that we're all agreed that this shit sucks.
yeah.
And yet, it's still better than anything after Enterprise.
Oh,
yeah.
this is so much better than any episode of
Yes.
Discovery.
Yes, but that's too low a bar for Star Trek. I
Yeah,
don't
that can say
I don't
nothing,
think
isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Jill,
like-
this episode is a pretty low bar.
that's
Like,
like
I don't
saying cleaning my cat's
Well, this-
litter
this-
box is better than Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah, this episode
Why-
is more fun than waterboarding.
I once never mind. I
Russian.
once touched a cat's bumhole like an elevator button. And
Oh,
this
you pressed it
episode of
repeatedly
Star
and
Trek
violently.
the animated series is not as good as that experience.
What, like this? Come on, Liz,
I'm
when are you
almost
gonna
afraid to ask why.
No, I'm afraid to ask. You did touch it with your finger, right?
Yeah, totes.
Okay.
No,
Oh, that
I
makes it
woke
okay.
up and it was doing the cat was doing like a dominance thing. And so it it lifted its tail. I woke up and I
Couldn't
was just
resist.
like, oh, there's a button. And I tapped it. And from that moment forward, we were friends.
You couldn't get rid of it.
He was my best pal.
And you were definitely.
And all it took was touching his bumhole like it was an elevator call button.
God, this is about
See,
as
Scotty
bad.
does know how to win friends and influence people and cats.
This is about as bad as when Dork Night blurted out
Works with
about his
YouTubers also.
transgender experience.
Blurted out sounds more like it. And Ola Greg says latest Russian car for 2023.
Yeah, that's perfect. It's a Lada.
Meanwhile, in
It's a
Volcano
Trabant.
Bird,
Yeah. Hey, Pop Culture, why are you in the stream twice?
because he's that good.
Because he's special.
Well, I didn't get rid of one, but what happened was my screen actually
Oh, he deleted the
froze,
wrong him.
and I redrew my screen and rejoined.
Mhm.
Oh.
Can you see my?
Here's an illustration
Well,
tip. Anytime you see a character in silhouette, it means the artist was too lazy to draw it.
That happens usually when the characters are tiny, but in this episode, it happens when they're large. So yeah, it's pretty
Because it was
lazy.
Christmas and they're all drunk, the artists.
Yeah, that's right.
It's the end of the season. We don't care. Just Philip Black, whatever.
No, this is good. Dude. Like it's, I don't know. I think that they're trying to go for wow factor. Yes.
ooh.
I'll be back.
Jill, yeah, I figured you would be.
Hey. Oh, this was directed at you, Scotty.
What happened?
Read the
Oiler Greg
comments.
says sometimes the price of friendship is too high. Yeah, well, what are you gonna do?
Hey,
I
you
don't
know, Scotty, my cats just like me because I feed them. I didn't have to
I don't-
touch them.
But I don't.
You do know
I
the
don't-
difference between a Scotty? Do you know the difference between a butt and a button?
No.
Clearly not.
Push
the
and
butts
pull.
on the cat.
Yeah.
Pull a button to open it.
Yeah, and hail lemon pie.
Lemon pie.
Hail.
Hi, Lemon.
Great to see you, Lemon Pie. Thank you for stopping by. Glad to see you. And Ola Greg says red alert. And Ola Greg says, hey, Lemon. Yeah, so good to see you.
Hey, Jill,
Hey, what's up?
do you have a bathtub?
I do.
Do you have bubbles?
I do.
Fucking fill that with bubbles.
Okay.
And then put your children in it. It's like I don't understand. I live in an apartment with a shower stall. I don't have a bathtub. And I think that a bath with bubbles will placate anyone. Now
Well,
I'm
well.
not. And so what I'm saying is
They get one
I
every
would-
other day. Well, the bigger one is starting to get daily baths because it's getting older.
Yeah,
I
no,
have to-
fair enough. But you got to introduce him to a chef. Anyway, why are we doing this publicly? Never
Well,
mind.
I have to say
No,
I have to say something really quick,
it's up to you.
Scotty. What you said reminds me of something that happened. I was looking at an apartment to rent, and the manager was describing the place, and he says, "Yeah, it's got 2 bedrooms. It has this and that." And he says it has a shower that stands up. I said, "Oh, as opposed to laying down."
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that your bathroom was a car wash.
Oh yeah, I'm glad. Because I was like, okay, great. I picked the right apartment just for that option. I want to start standing up instead of laying down. Yes.
I've got a bed at home. You can go to sleep in it lying down. It's amazing.
I have a water bed, but if you open the zipper, you can just float.
Swim.
We all float down here, Scott.
And the cone heads have beds where you can stand up.
And Batman sleeps upside down.
Lemon Pie says hi, everybody, and so does Grandpa Munster. And Ola Gray says tubs are awesome.
I like Crockett.
You know what? I am so enjoying the conversation that we are having around this episode because we all hate this episode.
I was waiting for somebody to mention that I wasn't talking about the episode.
Oh,
Like, can we move on? Can we just finish what goes on with the episode?
Okay, so he finds the soul of Alar, but he already knew what it was
right.
because he's a dirty bastard.
Yes. Who? The Hawkman?
Yeah, the Hawkman.
All right.
Char.
Sure.
But there's a lava flow in the way that they have to block the ravine. They have to block it with a barricade of rocks. And in order to make sure the vehicle has enough power to be fast enough to escape, they just show the Enterprise here. They don't go onto the Enterprise. They just show it.
No, but there's some credit we can give due. I mean, this is great animation for the day and the time and the budget.
No. You know what? And you're absolutely right, pop culture curator. Like, that's a fucking, you know what? This is, I'm sorry for the swear, but like, this is a really well animated show, but it makes less than 0 sense.
Oh, well, Bret Easton Ellis would be happy with that.
This is crazy cool. When you see this, when you see the lava coming through
that's
the
great.
chasm.
Now, I had an issue here. They spent so much time screwing around, rewiring the thing so it'd be fast enough. Bill was hopped in and gone because she said we had to go 50 meters.
Go back.
You know, they spent so much time screwing around, rewiring the damn thing that put it out. They would just hopped in and went. They would have been out of harm's way. Instead, they screw around to go 50 damn meters.
Okay, first things first. What is this guy looking at?
Yeah, I agree.
Second thing,
Don't
second.
know.
I could do it. If you could only diagram the
David
schematic,
Gerald
sir.
says that. David Gerald says he regrets the way he voiced the character.
His one and only voiceover, and he regretted it for life.
Oh, well, he got that SAG card.
He's like, I wish I could have done that differently.
And Scogli says,
like, this character needs a baritone voice. This pathetic imagery deserves a dignified, like, this needs a Richard Daystrom voice.
I agree.
You mean a dignified, confident voice?
Yeah.
I could do it, sir. If you just unprogram the schematics, I'm sure I can take care of it.
Nice.
I wanted to mention Scogli's chat here. Scogli says, I remember being just trashed laying on the floor in the bathroom and kind of halfway into the shower stall, trying to get myself ready to work. Good Lord.
Well,
the only way to get ready.
That's how I'm doing this stream right now.
Well, aggressive, consume mass quantities. We are from France.
We are from France.
Thank you for the. I love that movie.
Better than halfway.
Well, you know, it was the first movie I saw in the theater.
Oh, Jill, we got to do a Plumik tea time about Coneheads.
Okay. Em and Spock have to work together to.
It's science fiction.
It is. It's great.
Were you talking about Coneheads, the movie?
Yeah.
Well, Jill, what do you think about the Saturday Night Live? Did you watch them on Saturday Night Live, Jill? Were they inspired for?
No, I haven't yet because I was from the 70s and I never.
No, that's what I figured. That's strange. That's fine. That's strange. So you only know them from the movie, correct?
Correct.
Wow.
Jill.
Interesting point of view.
Anyway, we'll talk about this later.
I enjoy the Blues Brothers. Don't know that started out as a Saturday Night Live.
Can we please finish this
boring,
I'm trying.
Weird episode?
No.
Okay.
All right. We'll live here forever.
Okay, so they work together. Em and Spock work together to complete some electrical work to make the car fast enough to escape. Sword and Laura push some rocks off a cliff to make the rock fall. The rocks fall into the ravine.
Yay.
They run back to the vehicle and escape as lava flows overhead.
That right there is almost straight out of right there is from. Can you go back to the lava shot right there with the rocks? There, that's almost direct the scene from Superman the movie, almost directly.
Oh,
it was water.
I think you're stretching.
Well, it was similar.
Actually, this was before. But if this came out,
this is before, right? This is 73.
Superman came out in 79, so that means this came first.
And it's very similar, except there it was a dam that burst there, but Superman pushed over a bunch of rocks just like this and created a blockade, which worked. I'm just saying it's very similar.
Except instead of water, it's lava. In fact, they could have said hot dam.
Hey, Jedi Bill.
That would be if they were trying to have fun with this episode. Hi, Jedi Bill.
Yeah, if they were
Jedi Bill. Good to see you, Jedi Bill. Great karaoke last night. Saturday night, 2 nights ago. Sorry.
Whenever it was.
There we go.
There's the lava flow. That looks great.
I thought that was catchy.
Wow, that escalated quickly.
So while escaping, they hit a rock or something, and Spock falls out.
They hit a rock or something. I don't know. There's, trauma.
Spock tells everyone to leave him behind.
Okay.
Fly, you fools!
Which is it does follow his characterization
Absolutely.
From Galileo 7 when he was pinned under a rock. But of course, Kirk would not leave without him.
Exactly. And this
Right.
is where I start liking this episode.
But it's so true to the characters. It's like totally
Absolutely.
believable.
For
Yeah, so
sure.
this may be Dorothy. We
What?
don't know for sure. Dorothy's influence.
If
We don't know.
possible.
Can
Another
we just
reason
stay
why I
within-
hate. Another reason why I dislike Generations because Spock should have been there. I mean, Spock should have been present whenever Kirk died.
He
Good
died
point.
alone.
He did.
He did what? Well, he died instead of on the bridge, under a bridge. Like I
Well,
think you really
no.
pointed that out.
In Star Trek V, Jim Kirk says, "I've always known I'd die alone." And his proviso for that was if McCoy and Spock were not there, he was alone. And so when Kirk died in Generations, he was alone.
What about Picard? He had the.
I
Picard was
have the
off doing his
same-
own damn thing.
You know what, pop culture curator, there are times when you and I agree, but when Jim Kirk died and the only man that he saw was
Poopy stew.
Jean-Luc Picard,
Right.
Poopy stew.
he was like,
Might as well
I
be
am
alone.
alone.
I am alone.
Yeah.
If that's all there is, then I
Exactly.
am alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You're definitely alone with a man who just leaves you
You
buried
don't
under a
know
bunch of
this
rocks.
guy.
Yes.
This is Commodore Stalker. Like
This is Commodore 64.
This is no. Like the thing is that
Oleg Gray says I'm always getting pinned under. It does happen nasty, isn't it?
Jim Kirk's death, no matter how hard it hurts, is poetic and beautiful. And I stand by his death.
Mm.
What you want?
You're definitely.
Well,
want
we
chat?
had a whole live stream about how I don't agree, but
Hey,
Yeah, I don't
just,
agree either. That was terrible.
Hey,
I thought, at least in my
Hey,
opinion.
Star Trek V, it is canon if you just think of it as Bones knew that Kirk was under a lot of stress and so was Spock. So he put a bunch of shrooms in the beans there, and therefore it was all just a bad shroom trip.
oh, I do like Star Trek 5. I don't
Oleg
know.
Gray says we
Not
beamed up half of
Generations.
him. I'm sorry, I'm out of order here with these. I'm trying to get caught up with the chat. Sorry, guys. Oleg Gray says I'm always getting pinned under a rock. And Oleg Gray says Star Trek V isn't considered canon by many fans. That's interesting.
That is my
was it?
key question: is who decides the canon? Because if a fan decides to reject canon, then that's head canon.
Is that the same people that say Captain Kirk was just dreaming the whole time?
That's the whole thing. Because my policy is no head canon. We have to until the stories contradict themselves or each other. Then we have to step in. But if the stories are consistent, it's like history. I'd love to go. Oh yeah, 1776, we won. That's my head canon. That's not how it works.
Well, you call it consistent when Spock is on his rocket boots and he goes up the elevator shaft and all of the floors are different numbers out of order.
Yeah, I would have to say if it's put on film.
Yeah.
If it's put on film and give it to us, whether you like it or not, good or bad, it's canon.
Yeah.
I don't
know.
I think.
Well, I'd say it's canon, but just canon that he
basically
was
we fans, as a fan, we fans don't get to decide what's canon. Well, basically, we've talked about this a lot on my channel. Basically, you're breaking suspension of disbelief. If you pick and choose what's canon, that's like picking and choose what you believe in history books. It's just stuff in your head, isn't it? And then it's all fiction, so there is no canon.
It's a different
you've broken the whole thing.
interpretation. It's not
There are no
necessarily
stories.
rejecting it as canon or just seeing the story.
Interpretation, that's still changing the reality of the. But that's that's interesting.
You seem to be defining lines that I am allowed to color within, and I will not accept that. I will.
If you're coloring in the lines, you're accepting the lines.
I'm going to go to the salad bar that is Star Trek, and I'm going to, you know what? Maybe I'll take bacon bits. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll take radishes. Maybe I won't.
Well,
I'm going to take some lettuce. I don't know. But the thing is that it is not up to you to tell me what I like about Star Trek.
Oh,
what you like, but it is not up to you, the viewer, to tell them, the writers, what's canon. That you don't. Head canon is bullshit. That's my central tenet. If go, oh, I don't believe this. I think Deckard's this. No one fucking cares.
I
Headcanon is
show
bullshit.
my dad Trials and Tribulations, and I say this is the best episode of Star Trek that I have seen in like ages. And I show it to him because I know he likes Trouble with Tribbles. And then he watches it and he says, "But son, you know I don't like black people." And then it all just busts up. And it's like, okay, fine. Then I'm not going to push this upon you. He doesn't like Captain Sisko. He also,
Hey, if you put a sausage in
he
Kirk's
was
hands in that
very
picture,
angry
it's
at
really
Patrick
rude.
Stewart for being bald. I think, you know what? I
Did
don't
you
think my
see the
dad's a
test footage of
racist. I think
Poopy?
he's just against bald people.
Have you seen Poopy Stew in a wig? They tried it. Even Roddenberry was like, "No, get that fucking limey out of that wig."
Anyway, I believe I'm being controversial, and I apologize. I'll shut up.
No, standard Scotty.
I said racism things.
Well, that begs the question. Then, did he like Deep Space Nine up until he shaved his head? Because that's opposite to everybody else.
Are you saying
But
the
I
captain
like
had
all
hair
of
at one point and then shaved his head? Is that what happened?
Yes.
No,
Because they didn't want him to look like Hawk. So
why not? You know what?
Have you,
Jill? Have you ever seen Hawk?
No.
A man
Are you talking about the
Hawk?
guy that was on Spencer or
Spencer for
Hawk?
Hire?
Well, there was some show with Robert Urich that had a Hawk character. Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah. No,
That was a different
Avery
actor,
Brooks
right?
is the like that is what, and for lack of a better term, that is my urban action star. I wish that Avery Brooks starred in Action Jackson. I love anyway. Anyway,
how you doing, Gorilla? You hanging in
if
there?
you guys want, if you guys want to talk about, if you want to talk about my favorite Caucasians, I can do that too.
I just got an alert on my phone. This is gonna be a fun next couple of days.
Oh wow! I hear it's gonna be Christmas.
Ask him why.
No, we're in a
anyway,
winter
back to
storm
the
watch,
episode.
but it's pretty much going to be a blizzard. It's only 5 miles per hour. The winds are only 5 miles per hour below a blizzard warning.
Oh, this episode's good preparation. Then get you in the mood.
Then
it's good. Then it's good carjacking weather.
Yeah, interesting how it looks like ice and snow here, but they're not cold.
Yeah,
and
I was just going to say she's got bare legs. She's not even wearing stockings and suspenders.
Right, they don't have their magic belts or environmental belts. Oleg Greg says Roddenberry said Star Trek 5 wasn't Trek, and so it's not canon to many fans.
But Star Trek 5...
I didn't know that. If the creator says it, see, that's different. But the many fans thing is still wrong. The many fans, fuck them. But Roddenberry, so that's an interesting sentence right there. If Roddenberry says it's not canon, that's valid. But then it's not up to a judgment of how many fans believe him.
He doesn't like a lot of the movies.
Yeah, I was going to say he didn't like Star Trek 6, and 2, I think, maybe, and 4.
That's literally one of the titles on our show. That whether it's good or not is not getting. Blade Runner 2049 is one of the best films ever made. It's still not fucking canon to Blade Runner.
So does that mean George Lucas's special editions are canon?
No, well, Empire Strikes Back isn't canon because it contradicts Star Wars. None of Star Wars is canon. After 2 years of YouTube, I realized everything after Star Wars is self-contradictory bullshit. It's gone from my favorite IP to the worst.
I
Empire's
find
not
you
canon.
to be a tantruming child.
Of course. But that's
the answer is, what do you like? Which is your favorite? Which is your favorite Star Wars? I've known you for a long time. I think I can speak in specificity in this. Is that you prefer Star Wars, no episode, right?
Correct.
And I have that. I can watch that whenever I want. It's not. You are not deprived of that.
I am. That's the thing. It's not available. It's not legally available, and never has been on Blu-ray,
Legally
Blu-ray,
available.
4K,
Are
or
you saying
download.
I have contraband because I have Star Wars?
Correct. Star Wars 77 was once released on DVD. George Lucas should be thrown
You're
in
being
prison for
ridiculous.
denying us access to the
Yes.
movie that made him rich and famous.
I'll
in prison,
send.
I tell you.
I'll dox myself and come and. I hope that I don't know, the CRTC.
The best version of Star. I mean, when you want to get into canon, all the versions of Star Wars, because of Greedo and Han shooting
This
each other,
is-
they're not
Hang on.
canon to each other.
Captain.
Sorry, Jill.
Star Wars
Oh,
ain't
that's
canon to
okay.
Star Wars.
That's
Can
like if
we-
have Star Wars.
Let's
Yeah, all is
remember
Greg,
we
brilliant. You
still
brought up that's. I've got my next. I've got a
we
3-hour
have to
topic.
finish
Thank
the episode.
merci,
We
all
have to
Greg.
finish the episode.
I'm
Yeah.
just, exactly. I'm
We're
shutting up
pretty
about
close.
this now.
We're pretty close, and then we can go back to Star Wars.
Let me cover this
So-
really quick. Oleg Greg says perhaps it's an alternate reality. And
Yes,
Scogli
and
says
that's
they
why
were worried.
science fiction shows with like Back to the Future. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's okay. As Scogli says they were worried about fan backlash of him being black and the bald head was just too much. They needed him to be more, quote, picket fence was the exact quote. Ooh, that's
I don't
not
remember
good.
that, but I'm not saying that didn't happen. But I thought it was. I guess the less colorful version is the Hawk thing. They didn't want him to look like Hawk. And then he was like, I feel more comfortable with the beard and shaved head, and so he did it. And finally, it was great.
Well, but also,
Well, I'm guessing the original. Okay, I didn't watch DS9, but I'm guessing the reason why he shaved it was because was he partially bald or he had a spot?
not
in the
at
back
all.
or
Not
what?
at all. No, like when he was doing Spencer for Hire and A Man Called Hawk, that was his style. He was shaved head and Van Dyke, and
Right, but what was
so-
his hair in DS9 before he shaved it? How was his hairstyle?
Afro.
really good.
But he
Like
had a
just
full head
regular
of hair.
hair. Regular hair.
Oh, okay. Maybe he thought
Like,
it made him look tougher. I always
He
think it
didn't
makes
have a
him look,
flat top
tougher.
or anything. It was just like it was close cropped, and
Right.
he
Like
looked
Jerry
good.
Curl.
but not bald, but not balding or high forehead or anything.
No, nothing like that. Well, you know,
Gotcha.
regular.
Regular. Okay. So that was just a
Regular or
decision. That's
unleaded?
fine.
Like I don't know. I don't know.
The only reason why I bring it
I-
up is because you know how men are. Usually they shave all their whole head off is when they're balding.
Sure.
So they just shave it all off. But if he
Oh,
had a
yeah.
full head of hair and he shaved it off, okay.
Yeah. And it was his decision. And the thing is that when he grew it back for Deep Space Nine, it was like, all right, I guess. But when he finally shaved his head again, it was just like, oh yeah, Avery Brooks is back. It's great. I love Avery Brooks. I think he is.
I do too.
I think he is a dynamic artist.
Does him being bald make him look more badass?
Or what? Especially once he got this goatee. Damn.
You know what? When Avery Brooks is bald, he's more comfortable.
That's right. That's the end of the story there.
Okay. Sorry. Go ahead,
All
Jim.
right,
And,
let's get back to the episode here. So,
Well, wait a minute. Okay. But Scogli does say that the quote he said was from the DS9 documentary. So if you want to know more about Avery Brooks and his hair, go watch What We Left Behind.
Is there a whole thing about his
There you
hair?
go.
I haven't seen what we left behind.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
have to
you
say,
did.
with-
You said you went
with-
to Bird of Prey 5's
I
screening
with
of
the
it.
did,
chat.
but I was really wasted.
Oh,
Sorry.
Scogli says he
Like,
looks badass with
drank.
the bald head and the goatee, and he looks like a total dork the way they got him done up in the first few seasons. And
Well,
Oleg says
no,
Roddenberry
but
is dead, or he
still-
would reject Discovery and the rest, so fans can
Agreed.
and must determine what is canon.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
totally
know.
disagree. That's if you that spits in the face of suspension of disbelief. If fans can decide what's canon, then the history students can decide what happened in history. Fans cannot. Well, yeah, fans can't. That's headcanon. You can say it all you like, but it's bullshit. The canon
Or is it-
presented
right.
by the filmmaker
Hang
is
on.
the canon. You can
And then
say
you'll
it
have
all
a
you like,
million-
but it's just bullshit.
Right, and then you'll have a million variations on what's canon. So that that doesn't make sense. It doesn't
Well,
hold
that's
water.
why it behooves the creator, the showrunner, the author, the film studio to tell you clearly what's canon. So I agree there are questions, but I'm clarifying the questions come from lack of clarity from the
and
film
before he
studio,
passes, who
not
carries
from the
on the
judgment
torch?
of the fans.
So anyway,
Otherwise, I'm going to decide which bits of history are true and which aren't.
Why?
So,
Okay,
I
how
do
does
wanna
this
finish
hawk?
episode.
How does this golden hawk man have sex? Because there's
No. Let's
penis.
finish this episode.
Very
Let's-
carefully.
It's hidden
Yes.
under his.
Is there a cloaca?
Feathers.
Does
Say
this
that.
guy lay
Okay.
eggs? What's
I don't
up?
know. Okay, so T'Char finds a building and the ground opens up under M, and he almost falls in. So like the ground's cracking, he almost falls in.
Yay!
But T'Char rescues him, and T'Char is just totally given up. He just wants to be left to die. He
Don't
says,
bother.
"I can't go any farther. You know, I'm not even afraid anymore.
You can
Just
put it in the
very
private chat.
tired."
I'll read
okay.
it.
Oh
if
my
you
god, I
want.
know. I was thinking that.
Do you
Go ahead.
what kind of voice do you want me to do?
Eeyore.
Okay.
Kermit the Frog.
No. Apparently I'm bad at it.
No.
I can't go any farther.
That's your default voice.
I'm
That
not
actually
even
works.
afraid anymore. Just very tired.
I was thinking more of Kevin McAllister there. I'm not afraid no more.
I can't
I'm not afraid anymore.
go any farther. No, I can't. No. But like, look at the guy. I have to equivocate the voice with the presentation, and I think it goes a little like this. I can't go any farther. I'm not even afraid anymore. I'm just very tired. Yay! I got children's approval.
Scotty nailed it.
Come
Yeah.
on, no,
So-
but you got to do it dramatically. Like, this is Star Trek, yo.
hmm But leaving him behind is not an option. Kirk has Sword pick him up, and as they journey to the building with the soul of Skorr, Laura hits on Kirk again. And this is so
Well,
funny.
she's
Yeah, there
very
she is.
moist.
She is. They have this exchange.
Scotty.
Laura says, "We still have to go back, James. I tell you true. I find you an attractive man. If we were together, the trip would be easier. If anything happened, why, we'd have some green memories." And Kirk
There is no way I would make out with this chick.
says,
You've got to shave off those eyebrows first, baby.
No, but you have to
And that
understand
widow's
that.
peak.
Oh my God! Wait, there was a Gorn.
Hey,
But-
what's wrong with her? I'll make out with her.
So no, but this is an artistic choice in terms of defining her brow. So I'm thinking her like she's got
The pen
she's
flip.
got a severe skull.
yeah,
I-
and Kirk
That
do
is the
not-
most extreme case of resting bitch face I've ever seen.
You know what? If you
By
have
the way, I got
these
told on YouTube I got
eyebrows-
resting sarcastic voice, but anyway.
If you have these
Yeah.
eyebrows and you try and move in for a kiss, I'm gonna be like, oh no.
yeah. What's funny is she's like telling him how much she's turned on, but she's got the look on her face like, "I dare you."
Well,
It just looks like a pair of deer's antlers on her head.
You know what? Now that you say it that way, I have always been attracted to B'Elanna Torres.
Well, but
That's true story.
Kirk agrees with all of you. He says, "I already have a lot of green memories. Maybe some other time, Laura."
With green
still-
women, right?
Is
We
that
still
that Vangelis song? Was that inspired by
our work
Memories
cut
of
out.
Green? Oh.
How green is my
I
valley?
don't know.
Speaking of valley,
I didn't look up the
Is
etymology
that a
of
thing?
that
I've never heard
phrase.
that phrase. Yeah, I
Me
like
neither.
cliches and idioms. Yeah. Is that maybe
History
it's her
is-
alien talk?
It's
History is
definitely more
different
interesting
from-
than this episode.
yes.
Euler-
history
no,
is
it
different
isn't.
from
Hey,
fantasy
there's
to
Gordon.
military.
No,
And he's
Euler,
fighting
it
that
isn't.
little
That's where
guy.
you're wrong. Now, hang on. May I answer that? Well, I tell Euler, I'm happy to do a 6-hour special. It
Remember
isn't.
the little guy?
It's called. Hang on. It's a very important point to answer. It's called suspension of disbelief. When you're watching Singing in the Rain, it is a documentary. That's the point. You're suspending your disbelief, and whether it's Serpico
You should
or El Topo or
Look
Star
at the
Wars or
screen.
Singing in the Rain, Suspension of disbelief means when you're watching a movie, it's a motherfucking documentary.
It's that
That's
little
basic.
sad guy, but he's fighting the Gorn.
Well, he's
No.
hugging for comfort.
He's holding. He's holding
well,
him.
either way, I thought they were fighting, but if they're having a good time, that's great.
No, he's just holding him.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
you know,
Spock is
this
happy.
is weird. This is weird because he's talking to Skorr, but
This is the
To his
worst
back
episode,
of
but
his
I'm
head.
having
Hot
the
chocolate.
best time.
Spock is talking to the back of Skorr's head, pointing out the building,
Oh, my
pointing out
star.
that the building looks like a Skorr temple.
Mhm.
And there's the Skorr temple.
Which looks
Looks
like a
like
circus tent.
Mhm.
And Oleg
And
Greg, that's
then-
the incorrect nomad with sterilized.
What are the backpacks? What do they have in the backpacks?
Food,
Lemonades,
water.
sausages, food.
Oh, like weapons,
balloons,
provisions, and stuff.
sex
Spock
toys.
talks about it, but I didn't think it was important to the plot,
Yeah,
so I was just like,
massages.
whatever.
They remind me
Lollipops.
exactly of the backpacks from the original Planet of the Apes movie.
Like, shouldn't you be
The guide to
wearing
Star
the
Trek.
the belts that give you the force field?
Yeah,
all the
no, they
time?
just
Right,
have
the
supplies.
magic, right, the magic atmosphere belts.
Yeah, they
Like-
should.
Like, why would you? Okay, so if I'm okay, hang on, 2 seconds. I'm pissed off. So,
Yay.
so you show Gorilla. This is for you. So you beam down to a planet. You have a communicator, yes?
Did you say my
And-
name?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I did. And Gorilla, this is for you because I think this is an argument that you would agree with. Is that there is no reason for anybody to have a backpack on a planet
Why not?
because you have a communicator and you say, "Oi, prick, beam me down some shit."
So you want to bug Scotty while he's operating the Enterprise just for him to beam me down a sandwich?
Well, no, I'm not saying we're beaming down sandwiches and water bottles. I'm just saying, like, what do they have in the backpacks here?
They have
Food,
supplies of
water,
weapons.
rations. Right.
Food, water,
Balloons, neck
rope,
massages,
rope,
You
a Playboy.
all copies of Playboy. Oh, psych.
All right, give me like 2 minutes here. I'm getting the kid fed before he goes to bed.
Go for it.
okay? I didn't. Well,
Just throw
I didn't
kebabs at
know.
them. Works for me.
Are you breastfeeding?
But I would guess that it's rations and
Okay,
provisions
now we can
because
move on.
Maybe.
Spock did
Well,
mention
Scotty, they're big enough for that.
Spock did mention in this episode that he checked the baggage and it had provisions and weapons.
Yes,
I really
correct.
love this. I really love this little green guy. I don't
I
like
do
him, but I
too.
love him.
So he picks the locks to get inside. He uses all 6 arms to do it quick enough before it explodes. Because I guess if you don't do it quick enough, it explodes. Or something. Then we see a very familiar the purple dragons that we've seen in different
Yes.
episodes.
We saw that in the
This
last
is our-
episode,
right.
and I thought that was bull.
This is our third appearance, except with different backgrounds. Yes.
Didn't like it at all. Didn't like these guys.
There we go.
I was like, you recycled.
Kirk has sex appeal for sure, says Oleg
Sex
Ray.
appeal. Agreed.
And I think I know why there are so few men on her planet, says Oleg Ray.
Because they can't vote, them men. Anyway,
Very possible.
Kirk and Laura shoot at these dragons and they go poof into a cloud because they are mechanical. They're mechanical. So see, they go poof into a cloud.
they go poof.
Without parts, right?
Without,
Whatever,
yeah.
who cares?
No, right? Exactly what I
Let's just finish up this.
with
narrative.
no parts. Yeah, that bothered me too. They reach the soul of Skorr eventually.
The
After
soul
they
of Skorr?
they're still with the dragons going
Oh
to
my god, can we finish this episode?
I mean, I don't have anything to say about the dragons part.
No, but don't. And also, wait, hang on a second. This is the part where I start like, okay, so now all of the curious parties as opposed to the action parties. They're all here to learn. Yes.
Learn what? No, they're here just to find the soul of Skorr so that Jihad doesn't begin
Right.
on
Right. It's a search
the
party.
Skorr planet. Otherwise, the Skorrs are going to take over the galaxy and go crazy.
Okay.
Are you keeping
Keep
score?
going then.
Okay, so
I
So
told you I didn't know what was going on.
that's it. They say the wall is not climbable, yet they end up climbing it anyway. Except for Sword, he's not built for that kind of thing.
Oh, is this when we get the 0G fight?
Yes.
Nice.
So they enter along the ledge, and there's a planet quake. So Spock says, the planet is geologically unstable. This structure is inherently flexible, enabling it to withstand earthquakes. And she wants to use her rope, but there's a force field around the soul of Skorr, so the rope won't work. And they figure out that it was T'Char. T'Char does that, and then they figure out T'Char was the one who stole the soul of Skorr. They don't really explain how they figure this out. They just do. He wants war, and what he says, it sounds kind of Klingon. He says, the Skorr were a warrior race. Now what are we? Slaves to the illusion of peace. Cowards, soft in our comfort. This sick dream has stolen our souls. I am T'Char, hereditary prince of the Skorr, leader of battles. I will lead my people into glory to avenge our history.
Skip to the end.
Hey.
And so he turns on the gravity neutralizer, and everyone floats around. And luckily, Kirk and Spock.
Oh my god, I hate this. Stop it.
Yeah, so that was what I was just saying. So they're
yeah, what's
floating.
funny is Kirk says, Spock, when was the last time you had your anti-gravity training? He says, last week with you.
Jill.
He should say, did you forget?
Jill,
Obviously,
you
it's
did
him.
such a good job reading that dialogue, but I hate it so much that I couldn't even contain myself. I was just like, stop it. And I was like, wait, don't do that to your friend.
That's okay. You're not talking to me. You're talking to T'Char.
I am. I hate this, except for that little, look at that little green guy. He's cool.
So like pop culture said, they just practiced some null gravity combat exercises.
Anyway.
So they push against the wall, and they grab T'Char's wings.
I hate this hawk,
Kirk
man.
uses his boot to hook into the soul of Skorr, and Kirk calls for transport, but really he says he calls for retrieval.
This makes no sense.
And Laura presses a button, and everybody floats back onto the forest.
They're magnetic. And then they peace.
Of where they were at the beginning of the episode.
I gave this episode an A+.
They have the soul back. Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. I was trying to get caught up on the chat. Oiler Greg Skogly says, "Good evening. This is our band. We are called Backpack on a Planet." And Ola Greg says, "Communication is often interrupted. Some supplies are logical." Thank you.
True, but I don't think you need both command officers.
Yeah, I agree.
And you want them right there at hand when you need them. You don't want to have to wait for someone to get somebody to beam them down and all that stuff.
Well, and also, let's not forget it is the 23rd century, so like it's kind of compartmentalized. I'm sure that like what military rations that we have today, like heck, they sort of fictionalized that in 2001. And so I'm pretty sure they have little tubes that will give you all the nutrition that you need.
Well, tubes and pills, I've seen them portrayed in many sci-fi TV shows and movies of the past. But there's one thing they won't solve, and that's hunger. You can swallow pills that may cover every nutrient that your body needs, but you're still going to be hungry. So you've got to have mass.
But there was, and I hate to, I don't want to go off on a tangent, but I will. But I had access to military rations.
Oh, good.
Oh my! in
Yeah.
the 1980s.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they had little tubes of honey or peanut butter.
Yeah.
And like in terms of those old timey military rations,
Yeah.
they were
Yeah.
great.
I think I'll agree with Scotty on here on one thing though. If they're in a combat situation, I'd give the soldiers the pills and all that to cover their nutritional things. You know, you said it won't cover their hunger, right, Pop? It just
Well,
make
right,
them
because
hungry.
everybody's. I
hungry.
mean, well, just
So
think
they're
about it. If that was you, and someone said, "Here's some pills, now swallow them." Now, how do you feel? You still be hungry. Your stomach is still empty.
yeah. So well, I
Oh,
know when I get
no.
hungry,
plus you're making your stomach redundant.
I get very I get angry here when I get angry and when I'm hungry and all that. That could be a benefit in a combat situation. Just make all the soldiers hangry.
And when I
No,
say pills, I mean like salt. And that's probably because I saw that one episode of Star Trek where they needed salt pills. So I figure I need to take salt pills. Anyway, please send more salt pills is what I'm asking. If you check in the description below, you will get my address, my P.O. box. Send salt pills.
ASAP.
Like, I'm going to kill if you don't send me salt pills.
I remember watching that too, thinking, "With salt pills, who do you know why and what?" But then when I was sick in the hospital with pneumonia, I was low on salt, and they were giving me salt pills. So yeah, I see the need
Wow.
for them.
Well, Scotty, just go check the railroad tracks. So if anything like Illinois, you might find some salt pills on the railroad tracks. They actually had to make a law in Illinois there because people are putting salt tablets in that on the railroad tracks.
Why?
Well, I appreciate the
Yeah,
offer,
because some
Gorilla.
people are very sick and it attracts the deer. It's because
Well-
some people are very sick.
I am very close to finishing this episode.
Okay.
Jill, I would appreciate it if you would.
This episode's so bad we keep having to go on these tangents because it's so
Shut up,
bad.
Gorilla.
I know you're right, but let me just finish this, and then we'll go. The rest of the episode can be a tangent.
Then
Come on, get your Brussels
Jill
sprouts
can
then, Les.
leave.
Yeah, they have the soul back, and Char is in a clear prison box, and all Vendala can offer is her thanks because this whole matter has to be kept secret because its knowledge will hurt the Skorr somehow.
That's a woman.
To Char will be cured of his apparent insanity.
That's a cat. Hey, jazz hands.
Yeah, I'll give you this one, Scotty. She's the cure for Viagra. I'll give you that.
I don't know. I'm a bit of a furry, so I'm going to consider it.
Okay, so not only that, but
You know what? I considered it. No.
not only that, but their memories of the event will eventually fade. Just like the memories of having seen this episode will one day fade.
I don't know. It's so bad. It's probably gonna burn in my mind like Code of
Oh
Honor
my-
or Way to Eden.
Oh my. Stop showing me that weirdo lady. That weirdo lady too. Oh, yay, jazz hands.
Okay.
Can we get to the end of the episode? As
I'm
soon
so
as
sorry.
possible.
Okay, so
Thank
Sulu,
you. Sulu is here.
Sulu is confused because it appears that Kirk and Spock were only gone for 2 minutes.
Okay, good.
And how this whole affair happened in a pocket of time like that is unknown and unexplained. Nobody cares.
Exactly.
Ba-ba-ba.
Yeah.
We're done.
Thank the fuck we are out of that. Sorry
All right,
about this.
Pop, I got a question for you. Can we go lower than an F on this damn episode?
Oh no,
What's
this is an A+ episode.
Yeah.
What's lower than an F?
So lower
I don't know. I'll
than
go all the way down to fucking Z.
yes. On Saturday night Star Trek
God.
Clobbering Times, the Z is for Zamboni, and that means it needs to be cleaned up. And the Zamboni got turned into the Clawbony. So if we had the Clawbony here, we'd be revving it up for this one.
No, I think
Crack,
you.
Crack.
I think you are all looking at this incorrectly. I hate to be. You know
It's
what?
so
I'm going to
pointed,
take
dude.
off. I had a hat on. I have to take it off because I need a little fresh air.
Are you going to give
This
your review
is.
first?
I think that this is a discovery for every one of us. I think this episode of Star Trek, the animated series, is one of the worst episodes of Star Trek ever. Like, this makes Spock's brain look like Schindler's List.
Hey, Spock's
This
brain
is
wasn't that bad.
incredible. And so, come on, it is. All right, maybe
I'll take your Spock's brain and raise you away to Eden.
Well, wait a minute. Are you giving your review now, Scotty? What is your review?
My review is I think this episode of Star Trek, the animated series, is what regular people think that Star Trek, the animated series is.
This would prove them right. Yeah.
This is the one
So,
that says this is ass.
So what do you rate it?
I am torn. I'm so torn. Come back to me.
Okay. Okay. So, I don't know if Kendall is just good at writing screenplays versus the story itself. Like maybe somebody should have done a story by for this and wrote the story and let him do the teleplay. Though there were only a few good elements, like the GPS system, like Kirk saving Spock and not letting M die.
That was awesome.
So at least the character of Kirk and Spock were kind of still there, but for the most part, it was just a very silly episode. And lots of things weren't explained.
Oh my stars.
Like how, the time thing at the end and how the aliens invade their minds to cause them to lose their memories over time. None of that. We don't get any explanations. I give this is the lowest rated animated series episode. I give this one a D.
You would give it the D?
Yes.
How about you, Captain? What would you say? Are you still there?
I think there's really only one nice thing I can say about this episode, and I think Jill is going to know what it is. Out of all the episodes we've ever reviewed, this one, what is it, Jill?
The most recent.
That's the only nice thing I can say about it. A++.
And Gorilla?
Gorilla!
Oh,
He's feeding his child.
Oh,
He's eating a leaf.
Okay. Back in high school I took a test there. I'll admit I was hungover as shit for this test here.
In high school, you were hungover, okay?
Let me finish. I got the honor of having the lowest score ever on a test for this teacher who's been teaching for like 40 damn years. And I got the honor of having the lowest test score ever in her thing there. Yeah, she actually made me redo the test. I got a 13 out of 134. Now, with that being said, I consider that test score a lot better than this episode.
Well, I have to ask, what was the subject of the test?
Accounting.
Oh.
So
I'm glad you're not an accountant then, at least not mine.
And that explains all my money problems, but that's a different song. But anyhow, I consider that test score better than this episode.
So you give it about 10% or 9% or less?
I don't know. What's 13 out of 134 points?
Well, no wonder you failed the accountancy exam. You're supposed to know.
Right.
13 divided by 134 times 100. Or if you want to be really clever, 13 divided by 1.3, 11.69%. Someone
Stokely does say.
So a F minus.
Stokely does say, never
Minus,
heard Jill laugh so much, so it's getting an A+ from me.
Yay.
Oh, thank you.
Ola Greg says, cheers, everyone, and a Merry Christmas. Likewise, Ola Greg.
But here's
Merry
the thing, he was laughing at the tangents.
Thank you to Euler Greg, because the best thing that happened is I've been enthused about another hot topic. And overall, my YouTube journey is, it's not about arguing to win. It's about considering all the options. So what is canon? Who decides the canon? And specifically, is Star Trek V canon? My best takeaway from today's show is I've got a new show to talk about. Yay! Thanks, everyone. Thanks
To
for all
me,
the great.
it's canon, but I interpret it. My interpretation may be different than most people's, and maybe different from the creators.
All right.
Interesting. So there's more to discuss.
So Scogli, you gotta remember, all her laughter was from the tangents, not the episode.
Yeah, so he's giving the episode a minus F, and this review of the episode an A +++++ to infinity and beyond.
To infinity and beyond.
Okay,
Yay.
great review, Gorilla. So what did you review? What did you get?
What did you review?
My brain
On
isn't
Gilligan's
working.
Island.
What score did you give this episode? Pop culture. Did you say already?
Oh no, I haven't. And I would say yes, it's definitely not as good as the others. I don't know if I have the heart to give it because I had to give it at least a score for effort. They put some effort into it. I don't know about the writers, but the animators and the voice actors did at least.
They did.
So I'm going to give it a C. I'll give it a C.
That's
and I agree with what you said, Jill, that they did predict a GPS in this.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. So there was at least some science fiction.
That was already tech, though.
Oh no.
The military had that before, 20 years before the civilians.
Not like that. No, not like that.
This episode was a hard
I believe GPS made its debut in Gulf War One because our side had them and the Iraqis didn't, so they didn't know where they were.
Yeah, we didn't have it back in '73. No. I mean, even look. I mean, you think about it. Look at that scene. It almost looked like Google Maps.
It did. That's why I said GPS, because it looked like my car GPS. But
Well, Greg says, "Go ahead."
This is the first time that I accept an F for an animated series of someone's review.
Actually, would the GPS have worked if they didn't have if Starfleet didn't put satellites around the planet? How would the GPS work?
Well, this
That's
is
true.
Technology. Was that a Federation vehicle?
I don't know.
That's good. That would solve
it had alien markings on
the
it.
Satellites because they're orbiting the.
I think there
that's
was
brilliant.
Well, I think there was emblems on the side of it. I think it was an alien vehicle, so I'm guessing it was supplied by the cat lady, whatever her name was.
But I do
But
agree
I
that
could be
the
wrong.
animation was
GPS,
good.
satellites. That's how it works.
Dolores.
And Ola Gray says Scogli has convinced me. It gets an A. And Scogli says one of my best friends would have been the valedictorian in high school if he had not gone to his math final all cracked out. And I failed the test once. That reminds me, I failed the test once because I took my first flu shot. And I became deathly ill, and the next day was the test, and it made me fail the test, which I would have gotten 100% on. I'll never forget that.
Wow.
Yeah, in fact, as soon as I failed the test, my instructor said, "You took the shot, didn't you?" I said, "Yes." Ola Greg says, "Agreed, Captain. It's the quality of the debate that matters." And Ola Greg says, "Gorilla counts the compass at an early GPS."
Brilliant. Excellent, Ola Greg. Agreed.
Schiller Bob.
The compass. I guess we've got we've got magnetic poles, so I guess that's something. That's just not bad. The compass, early GPS, a magnet in a bit of water.
Yes.
And there we go. We're clear. We did the episode.
If you're in the if you're there listening in the chat, please feel free to vote if you'd like. I put a poll out there. I think I can kind of guess what the results are going to be. So far, we have 4 votes, and I'll be closing the poll.
I got to step away for a bit.
You don't say. Well, no, it's.
Sorry, gotta have that. It's always an emergency with Jill. I guess I think everyone who had an opportunity to vote probably already has. So I'm going to go ahead and end the poll and show the results.
The survey says.
I don't know. I don't want to be rude about the episode, but I just find it to be animation for the sake of flashy lights. There's no story.
Oh, you're being a lot nicer than I am.
Like I don't even get it. Except for the lizard guy. He's so pathetic.
It's the writing, I think, is what really suffered the most in this episode. Like I said, the animation, was good, and the actors and the voiceover did their the best they could. So it came down to the writing, and I think because if you look at the credits, it says Gene Roddenberry had his hand in the script as well, and DC Fontana was the editor. So maybe that's why they saved this episode for last in the season, right?
I
So
still
are we
think
able?
it's the episode that killed the series.
Well, no. What killed the series is NBC just didn't want to spend the money. They weren't even waiting to see what the ratings were. They had already canceled it before they even saw the ratings. What rating would you give the Jihad according to the poll? We have 4 votes, so we have A plus to A minus at 75%, D plus to F minus at 25, B plus to B minus at 0, and C plus to C minus at 0. Okay. That is definitely different than all the reviews we've gotten on our previous episodes, that's for sure.
I just don't think it's that good of an episode.
I agree.
I was getting that impression from you, Scotty.
I agree. It was a very weak. I would say the weakest we've seen from this series so far.
Well, and I was really excited because it was called Jihad.
You probably expect a whole bunch of action
And there
killings
was
and
no
mutilations.
holy war. There was no
dismembering.
holy war.
It should be called No Jihad.
Well, that was the point. They're trying to prevent a holy war, I'm guessing.
Nihad.
I don't know.
I think the best
Maybe I was just too sober for this episode.
I've never seen this episode, so I'm very happy. I had a great time reviewing it.
Yes.
So, Captain, what you know from it, you've seen us show in the slideshow format and describe it. Is that correct?
Correct. I've never seen a single episode, so I've never heard any audio.
That's a
But
shame. You should check it out. And the audio, especially, great
I will.
music.
It is a shame. It's as soon as it's available to me on Blu-ray, I guess maybe I'll check out eBay. But being physical media, yep. If I can get the Blu-ray, I'm in.
Well, you don't have the streaming services where you're at, I'm guessing.
I barely have the internet.
Oh, that's true.
No streaming. Plus, on principle, but actually, so no, I don't have streaming. But even if I could, I wouldn't on principle because physical media. No, I bought several music videos from Apple, and they've stolen them. They're meant to be on all devices. They're not there, so that's theft. No, the system's bullshit. It's exactly what I feared.
Yes.
Physical. I'm strictly physical media only.
Right. Never trust streaming. I completely agree. Ever. Never.
I tried it. I've been ripped off from Apple. It's not even a lawsuit. I should go to the police. I bought several music videos. I don't have them. That's fucking theft, Apple.
Well, they're crooks. Obviously, what they do in their contracts that you the 1,000 pages that you sign at the end just to have Apple iTunes. Obviously, they have a clause in there that says, "Oh, by the way, in case we decide to take this away, nothing you can do about it."
Yeah, the excuse is that they lost the rights to play.
When I called them, they said you should. When I called Apple, they said, "You're right, you should have them. They're yours." And I said, well, I don't have them. An hour later, I still didn't have them. 6 months later, so they know there's a problem. They know my specific case. They've done fuck all about it. Apple, fuck you.
Yeah, it's BS. I know people who have lost much audio and movies and everything because, and I tried to tell them ahead of time. I said, you better watch it. You better get this, the physical copies. Oh no, as long as I pay my membership. It's like, well, yeah, well, every one of them ended up regretting that.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to play the game, and they like getting a blue tick mark from Twitter. I paid my money, didn't get a tick mark. I tried, it's bullshit. What can I tell you? But if I get the Blu-ray, I'm in. I'm sold on the series, definitely. That's a positive.
It's definitely worth it, and and even though this episode was weak, it's still classic Trek. And with the classic,
and it falls under our question: is it canon to TOS?
It is. I mean, even TOS is all canon, and it had some weak episodes. So I would consider this canon, in my opinion. But that's my opinion.
There you go.
I do too.
I do too.
I've seen worse. We've seen worse, right?
Mm-hmm,
I would say every episode of Discovery and Picard are all worse than this one.
Of course. No argument there.
Not all of them.
All of them.
It-
Nepenthe
Jihad
is a
still
good
better than the best
episode.
Burnham or
Nepenthe in
Picard.
the first season of Star Trek, Patrick Stewart, that was a good episode.
I couldn't tell you what that is about.
Yeah, you should watch it. You'll
I
find
know
out.
I've seen it once. I don't want to see it again.
You should. It's a very nice. It's like a hug.
It's a very nice.
Oh, the pizza episode. Give me a
It
break.
is the pizza episode.
Oh my god. Because the tomato burned. That doesn't even make any logical sense.
You don't. What? Come on. You don't like that episode?
Not really.
Jill, you are blocked.
No, because the reason I don't like that episode is because Riker would not let his child die because of the stupid illness. He would have done everything he could to get that fixed.
We'll talk about this later. We'll talk about this
Yeah,
later.
that's a parent thing. That's what Jill is saying makes sense.
Oh, don't go all dour. The thing is it
Dour? What,
that
being a
was
loving parent is dour?
So
He's deflating.
No,
the
but
boat,
that is
plug the hole.
Right?
That
Did somebody
is
just? Is somebody's tire? Just
Scotty
get
sprung a leak.
popped?
You know what? I'm gonna catch the next train to Clarksville.
Well, I'll meet you at the station.
I'll just miss you and run along and be sad as the train pulls away.
And wave, right? Goodbye.
Yay,
goodbye.
Ola Greg. I'm taking a screenshot of that. Thank you. That's been a YouTube lesson for me because I go hard into debates, but it's good to listen to the other views.
Agree,
as well.
Captain. It's the quality of the debate that matters, says Ola Greg. And I totally agree, Ola Greg.
It's always
that has
important to
been a
know
2-year
when you should
lesson.
shut up.
Ola Greg says Gorilla counts the compass as an early GPS. And sweet, A wins. And Ola Greg also says the poll doesn't lie. Greatest episode so far. And Ola Greg says I have over 4,000 movies and TV shows on DVD plus streaming services.
Nice.
Dude,
I have thousands of movies and TV shows, but all on hard drives.
No, I have all of my hoarding. Like I'm a hoarder, and all of my things are
You
collected
collect
in the
prostitutes.
actual video stores. Like I just get all of the physical media. Like, and it doesn't matter whether it's old Star Trek or Herbie the Love Bug. I don't care. I just want to be able to catalog it.
Herbie the Love Bug. That's a subgenre of Disney movies
Herbie the Love
featuring
Bug,
Nazi-
right?
featuring Nazi technology. The Love
That's
Bug
right.
in Indiana Jones 5.
That's right. This has been a dog whistle for Nazis. What? I love Volkswagen.
Fun. We'll have fun.
You just
fun,
need
not
more
also
shelves.
fun.
I do need more shelves. It's true. Oddly enough, shelves were invented by Germans. Oh, wait, no, that's not true. That's not true. Hang on a second. Let me check my book. Let me check my history book when it comes to shelves. All right.
feel like
Who
that's-
invented
Mike-
hang on a second. Let me
Kanye
look.
West.
No,
Kanye West and
Jennifer
Jennifer
Lawrence
Lawrence.
Shelves.
Jennifer Lawrence.
invented
Right.
shelves.
Okay.
Which
Right.
is good because that's where she's going to
And
be left.
unfortunately, she
after her
installed them
least
backwards,
recent
but oh well.
performance.
How do you install a backwards shelf?
You
All
make
the
it
particle
stairs.
board is the wrong way.
Oh, actually, no, I've done it. I put a shelf together and I realized afterwards, if you can see the screws on the outside, you should have put it it works both ways, but it looks better. I fucked it up. I'll put it on screen later. You can fuck up a shelf and it's still correct.
Oh, kind of like my bathroom shelf. I put the board on backwards.
And Ola Greg says I burn DVDs and buy DVDs. Hard drives crash. Yes, I keep them. I constantly replace my hard drives. I do. I
Good
agree they do
advice.
crash, but Ola Greg, I agree the hard drives crash. But what I'm doing is I'm biding my time until the solid state drives are large enough, and then I'll invest in those as well.
Solid.
But my problem, the only reason why I have to admit, guys, is I ran out of room. I mean, I used to collect VHS tapes in the day when they were popular. And then when DVDs came along, I collected hundreds of those and ran out of room. and then Blu-ray, and so on and so on. I kept running out of room, so I had to consolidate everything into one massive server with several hard drives.
Oh,
And by
but
the way,
I'm so much of a shelf guy. I want a library.
well, yeah, if I have a spare room
Mm.
or two, yeah, I would do that. Yeah, I agree totally. And Lemon Pie says Jennifer Lawrence was the first woman to assemble shelves.
There
Yeah,
you
thanks,
go.
Lemon. Lemon gets it.
We're all with you,
Anyway,
Scotty, on that joke. We're all with you.
you know the first woman to ever take my virginity?
You mean there were 3?
It was Jennifer Lawrence.
Do you know who the first woman was into computers?
Jennifer Lawrence.
Ada Lovelace.
Eve.
You know what? I don't
That's
like. I
Eve.
don't even like this joke. I don't even like this joke. I'm just falling into it because it's comfortable.
The first woman into computers was Eve because she had an apple in one hand and a wing in the other.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
Oh,
Sorry. Just kidding, guys.
Anyway, so what do we got
no,
going
actually,
on for
you
the?
could tie those in.
I have.
In the
I
Garden of
actually.
Eden,
Baby.
Jehovah. No, I won't. Took a
Finity.
rib from Adam.
Hey, Captain
Yes.
Finity.
Created
you
a
do me
woman
a
and
favor?
said, "Lo, I've created the
Just for
first
one
woman,
moment.
Eve." And then from the
Can you
from the
just
bushes there was a voice.
shut
Out
up?
stepped Jennifer Lawrence, going, boo.
Just for a moment. Guys,
I love it when
what
you
are we
talk.
doing for the rest of the week? We're on Christmas week, so tomorrow we're doing
That reminds
the
me, yes.
Squire of Gothos,
Yes.
Wait, let me get to it again.
and then Wednesday we're doing Batman Returns,
On your
Which-
channel.
yeah.
Squire
Which
And
Gatos on
then-
my channel.
and then
Which one was
Thursday
Squire?
we're not doing Quantum Leap.
That's right.
What
Okay.
day did Christmas fall on? I'm sorry, guys. I'm out of
I
touch.
Sunday.
I just generally scoop up Scotty when he's available.
Sunday,
So does that mean
okay.
you're available Thursday, Scotty, or are you doing something else to replace your Quantum Leap fix?
I don't know.
Don't you
I
make
have-
a commitment. You know how it is. If you're free, come on the Captain. This is a show.
Come on, the Captain phrasing.
Oh.
Show.
Are
Well,
we
that's
still
why I
doing
did. That's why I said show, so you don't. Otherwise, you're thinking about cum gutters.
After a long pause. Well, let me ask you this, Jill. Okay,
Yeah.
so tomorrow's
Well, I
Square of
wanted to allow
Gothos.
the sexual innuendo to fruit.
Tomorrow's the Squire of Gothos, and then Jill, next Monday and Tuesday, you're gonna be busy with the holidays, right?
Correct.
I like
Okay,
sexual
so what about the week after
innuendos.
that?
I haven't decided yet.
That's fine. That's fine. You just keep us updated.
Because the kid, I think they're still off for the whole week, right? No, I don't know.
Well, till
Let's
New
see.
Year's usually, right?
Yeah. Okay. Let me check the school calendar.
No problem.
Just a
I
moment.
am very much looking forward to an unboxing that I'll be doing over on the Phantasmagorium
Unboxing?
show.
Oh, is it that
And
neck massager you ordered?
I need to get
The
my
which?
Vasquez Rocks video edited and posted before we cover Arena. That's my whole point. Is I need to get my Vasquez Rocks video posted. I'm excited after last week's
Hey,
Shorty.
Vasquez, you ever been mistaken for a man? No, have you? Yeah, fuck you.
Oh yeah.
But I think,
The
I mean,
second.
in my opinion, last week's Shorty review is the best one we've had so far.
That was a fun review.
What was it?
It's Shorely.
Last week's the Shorty review from last week. I think it was my
I
most
thought our Galileo set
favorite.
was really good.
Oh, it's like they're getting better and better. Actually, is what I would say. Right?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Galaxy Quest. I really enjoyed that.
Well,
Yeah,
that was good
I
too, but
enjoyed
Pop Culture
listening to
couldn't
your
be there.
review. I wish I could have been there, but I did enjoy listening to your review.
But I've got a dip. I've got to go on to a mission in the real world. Very important secret mission, picking up laundry. So
All right,
I'll
take
bid
care,
you guys
Captain. Thank you for
adieu.
joining us.
Thank you.
Always
and,
a pleasure,
thank,
sir.
Again, thank you everyone, panel and chat, because I'm excited.
You're welcome.
The topic of canon is going to come up again very soon on my channel. But
Great.
until then, adieu, and I'm sure within the hour I'll be back on
Thank
YouTube
you.
looking for somewhere to go. All right, see
Thank
you soon,
you.
guys. Merci, au revoir.
Bye bye.
And check out everybody. I just put a link in the chat for Catch Infinity's channel. Please check him out. He's wonderful and fantastic.
Have you
Limit
You know
never,
what?
Price
I'm
is
not a
first.
fan. I'm not a fan.
you
Limit
never
Price is
show up
first.
there?
Can more than one take virginity? That I don't know. Is Junior on the panel twice, or have I had too much to drink?
Yeah,
I
I
am on the
know. I'm
twice. I
like,
had a little bit of trouble with
which
it. I
pop culture
apologize.
curator do I look at? The one that's moving.
I can
It's funny because
remember.
on my screen I only see one. So on your screen
So,
right now, you guys see 5 different people, right?
yes,
Yes.
Okay, I see
but
4. Interesting.
I can
Well,
start.
but there's 2 of you.
Well, right, I see Gorilla, and then myself, and then Scotty and Jill. But you guys see the 5th one because, like I said, I don't know why my StreamYard's froze, and I had to refresh my screen. So I apologize for that, guys.
So the calendar, I can stream again in the new year. So the new year we can start up with the season 2 of the animated series.
Oh no, there's more.
There's a season 2. There's a few episodes.
We have 6 episodes
How
to
many?
go.
6 more. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward. I am looking forward.
We'll be starting with the Pirates of Orion,
Oh, great.
and I think the beginning of the year we begin TOS with Arena.
Wow, then I definitely need to get my my Vasquez Rocks video posted.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
you
do.
should, totes.
You know, the problem is it's like 2 hours, and I need to really, my laptop is running out of memory, so that's something I have to deal with personally.
Mhm.
Personal issue, people.
Yeah, that's one of my top 10 episodes. I'm pretty sure.
Arena?
Hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have a lot of viewers that day.
Yeah, that I don't know. I agree.
And I wanted to thank everybody in the chat for being here. Obviously, you guys are great. I would not have a channel without you. We've had Skogly here, Ola Greg, and we've had Lemon Pie. Thank you, Lemon Pie. And I also wanted to thank everybody. And Jedi Bill stopped by momentarily. But most of all, I want to thank everybody on the panel. Thank you, Pop Culture. Thank you for being here, Pop Culture. But Gorilla's Random Thoughts.
Yes, thank you. We wouldn't have the show without you.
No, absolutely not. We wouldn't. And you guys being here is what makes everything really work for me. And Scotty, thank you for being here. And Jill.
Yeah,
Cheers,
no problem.
Yeah,
And
that's great.
I'll give you, here's a chance where I'll let you guys plug your channels. Gorilla, how you doing? What's going on with yourself?
Well, I just made a short. I got a little thing going on in my short section there. If anybody wants to leave a comment there.
I got a little thing going on my short section. Okay.
Yeah. Minnie doesn't believe me that Santa would rather have pizza and beer instead of milk and cookies. So,
okay.
but we got Stranger Things watch party on Wednesday. Thursday we'll be reviewing The Hunt. I don't think I'll be streaming Saturday or Sunday. I might do something. I might not. No promises. But otherwise, it's usually Babylon 5, and then after the new year, we'll be starting dystopian for January. We're going to go with dystopian futures movies. So I think we'll go with animal. We're going to do 1984, Animal Farm, Brave New World, and Fahrenheit 459 or whatever the hell.
Whoa, that sounds
Fahrenheit
cool.
451.
I like all those books.
Hey, so come join us on Sunday nights.
Maybe. I like it. I like Orwell.
I'll make sure that I'll put the links in the chat or in the. I'll send you the links on.
Yeah, I can't make any promises, but I might stumble in.
You hear that? All she's promising that she'll be there on Sundays. I'm kidding. If you can make it, you can make it.
Yeah.
And Scotty, tell us about your channel.
I have I don't know. We do whatever we want. I get to play with people who are my friends, and we do it all over at the Phantasmagorium show. That's what the channel is called.
So this Wednesday we're gonna do Batman Returns, and I'm actually going to be on the
Yay!
panel for that because I really love
Jill!
that movie.
Oh, my stars. I'm sorry for being delinquent.
But what about next Wednesday? Are you going to do something next Wednesday, or are you gonna skip that one since it's holidays?
Oh, no. We'll probably... I don't know. You know what? I'm hoping we'll do Batman 66.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So this Wednesday, we're doing the Batman Christmas movie, which is Batman Returns. And then hopefully, if I can negotiate with my partner, then we'll be doing Batman 66 after Christmas.
Cool.
Well, heavens.
And
Anyway.
how about you, Jill?
Well, it is
Jill,
coming up.
do you have a
fun.
channel?
I have a channel, Antiderivative Jill, where I like to talk about science fiction of all kinds, but specifically so far I've covered the Orville and I'm covering Star Trek, UFO, and more. Some movies and stuff I've done. This Tuesday, tomorrow, at noon Central Time, I'll be reviewing the Star Trek Original Series episode Squire of Gothos. Gothos? And
I
it'll be
don't
great.
know.
Something like that.
It's Gothos.
Gothos or Gothos?
Hey, is that the one with the drunk teen that looks like he's freaking 440 there that just decides that he needs to mess with Kirk, and Kirk just decides to put him over his knee?
Yeah, basically Proto Q.
Alrighty.
Except this one's not in the realm of magic. This one actually has a mechanical motor or engine or some sort of contraption behind the mirror giving him his powers, which I much more prefer over the magical element of Kazoo in the Flintstone Q or whatever.
Hey, so Jill,
I don't have my clip for you right now.
Yeah, can you mention my summary of the episode tomorrow then?
If I remember it, sure. Get a note.
I'll put it in the chat then. Put it
in the chat, and I will read it tomorrow for you.
Your summary for tomorrow's episode, okay. Oleg Greg says, cheers, I'm guessing. And the extra curator is a sentinel curator to keep an eye on Gorilla. Oh, yeah, sometimes that is necessary. And Oleg Greg says, LOL. And Nemesis of Eden, welcome. So good to see you, Nemesis. Hail Pop Culture Curator panel in chat.
Hey, Nemesis.
I apologize, Nemesis. We're just getting ready to close it up. Lemon Pie says, Nemesis is hi there. And hey there, Lemon Pie. And Oleg Greg says, hail, Nemesis. And Nemesis says, hail, Greg. Everybody's saying hello. And I wanted to thank you once again, everybody in the chat. Thank you. I know it's kind of running a little late, but hey, at least we kept down to under 3 hours today, so I'm always happy for that.
Hey, it's still not over yet.
Oh, guess what, everybody? We have a new visitor.
Hi, guys.
Hail, PvP.
Hey, PvP.
Hi, everybody. Hey, I just got home
from
work
bud.
a few minutes ago. It is freezing cold here. You would not believe how cold it is, guys. It says it's minus 415 on my computer, but it feels more like minus 20 with the wind blowing.
Ooh, crank up that heat.
Hey, PvP, I'll take that over what we're getting on Wednesday.
Uh-oh. You guys get a blizzard or something?
Well, the wind speed is about 5 miles per hour below blizzard there.
Uh-huh.
So it's a winter storm warning. That's pretty much a blizzard. Then after that, it's gonna dip down to negative 45.
That's Fahrenheit though, right?
Yes.
Okay. If that was Celsius, you'd be in real trouble.
hey, we use freedom units here.
Yeah. You know how cold it is though? I had to put some gas in my car after work because my tank was getting low. So I go to the gas station. I put like $10 in the tank. I'm only standing out there, putting the gas in the car for maybe a minute. And by the time I got home, I got in and, I could just feel like frostbite in my hands, right? So I, ran them under some warm water and they just turned like a bright bright red. I mean, I was close, I think, to getting actual frostbite. It was crazy, you know. But
Wow.
anyway, I'm fine now. But boy, it hurt for
You
a
got to
few
be
minutes there.
careful.
Oh yeah, it doesn't take too many minutes really when it's really cold out. It's you got to be careful for sure.
Well, it
But
has to be a dry cold.
oh, it's dry. I mean, there's no we had snow actually. We had our snow. It was on Sunday night. We got like 3 inches of snow. So
Wow.
that was fun. The roads are a bit of a mess, but not too bad. But
Yeah, we're expecting 8 inches with this, but that 8 inches is nothing when it's blowing around. You can't see a damn thing.
yeah,
Yeah, I
that's pretty
enjoy your
dangerous.
Mars weather. I am happy being at 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
I
Right.
will I will come to your home and slap you in the face. I have
Yeah.
been I have been
Go ahead
going
and give it
from
a try.
frozen
Hey,
homeless
hey,
person
hey,
to
Jill.
frozen homeless
But you know,
person.
your anger will subside when you realize how warm it is. I mean,
Hey,
yeah.
hey, Jill.
Well,
Thanks,
At
that's
least
true.
when our
That's very
temperatures
true.
dip down, our windmills still work.
Well, that's good.
Anyway, I heard everybody
And
talking about what they're planning for the holidays, like showing different watch parties or whatever.
yeah, it reminds you. Thank you for reminding me, PvP. Jill, so I know you won't be hosting streams or be on panels with us, but will you be off YouTube altogether as far as streams and chats and stuff?
No, I'll still be around for fun stuff. Like if I'm not hanging with family, I might. So I'm clearing everything so that family comes first and everything.
Obviously, right. But at least we
So,
can still
but
say hi to you in the chat and all that stuff
yeah,
if we see
yeah,
you.
when it's like late at night and everybody's asleep anyway, I'll hang out.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
I'll
right, good.
probably be on more than I should be as usual as well.
Right,
Especially
and
since I'll have like 10 or 11 days off. I'll probably be on here a lot, I imagine.
yeah, so I figure since I don't have any family, it'll give me a chance. And there's not a lot of people on now. I need to get a lot of projects that I have, but I need to get them edited and put together, and I'll get those produced. Gorilla, will you be available through the holidays for our Gilligan's Island streams?
This Wednesday, yeah. Next Wednesday, well, this Wednesday they still haven't buried our damn power lines, so I mentioned to them every time there's a storm. I mentioned it to them to the energy company when they go, please be prepared for possible power outages. We'll bury the damn lines. And you won't
Oh
have to
my
worry about
stars.
falling poles.
About time they actually consider that. Lemon
Yeah.
Pie says, I'm glad you stayed on long since I hated Duck Out for a while. Well, Lemon Pie came. And Scogly said, for me, it's negative 27. It feels like negative 33.
Yeah. Hey,
I just had some
Scogly, what
wind
store
chill
did you
factor.
find your dirt? Lemon, what store did you find your duck in? Because I've been trying to find one.
Duck out for a while. Lemon Pie says we will get in the 20s, but where I am, that's about as cold as it ever gets. Good. That's how California, right? Certain areas, the coldest it gets is about in the 20s. Nemesis of
Oh,
Eden
I don't
says
want to hear about cold till it's negative 30 with the negative 70 wind chill.
and cars sliding and crashing into each other.
Oh no! It doesn't snow when it gets that cold.
It's a weird situation when you're looking forward to Groundhog Day before Christmas.
Now I see why Groundhog Day is such a big thing. Nemesis
I'll
of
be
Eden
back.
says same. Go ahead, Jill. Nemesis of Eden says same for me. Negative 28 degrees Celsius feels like 33 Celsius. And Ola Greg says, wow, that is cold. Lemon Pie, so your windmills still kill birds when it gets cold. Jill, that's your comeback. Oh, we need a reminder when she comes back.
Hey, if a bird is that dumb to fly into a windmill spinning that damn slowly, then they deserve to die.
Well, let me ask you this. Do they use the windmills there? Because here in California, the only windmills they have are for power. Are those for water or power there?
Power.
Gotcha. And
Then we send all our power out to California.
Gentlemen and lady, I have food required. So I'm gonna have to step away so I can enjoy this.
Yeah.
I would give
Scotty.
this episode of Star Trek the Animated Series the season finale. Called Jihad. I would give this like a WTF. I don't know what it is. I don't like it.
Yeah.
But
Well, we
I
appreciate you
do
being here,
enjoy
Scotty,
it.
and taking the time. We appreciate
Yeah.
you being here.
No,
Dude, I can't wait to see the season premiere next week.
yeah. Pop culture. But the thing with our windmills is we
I'll
got
see you in the
windmills
future.
all
Well,
over.
it won't
Hey,
be
Scott-
it won't
Scotty.
be next week, Scotty. It'll be a week or two because Jill will be off next week.
I'll
I'll be
remind
filming
him.
while she's off.
Yeah. No, but pop culture. The thing with our windmills here, we got them all over the place. I mean, literally all over the place. Then when we got these big, they get all sent. All the power gets sent to like a centralized location. Then we got huge power lines that go all the way west.
Gotcha.
Because we're in like a belt that's just perfect for the windmills.
It's too bad because I understand and agree that it's clean energy, but unfortunately, it only produces a fraction of coal or nuclear plants, and it costs about 10 times as much. So it's actually not very efficient. I'm against it. On top of killing the birds. Well, Greg says Houston will get down to 15 degrees Fahrenheit Friday, and that's about as cold as it gets here, plus 40 miles per hour wind.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
what's
that's
negative
good.
28 Celsius in freedom units?
That
I don't know offhand. I'm not very good at converting.
It sounds cold.
You could always Google it. Probably you can find a converter online.
Yeah, and that's negative 18.4 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
There you go.
nothing. That's
there we go.
nothing.
Jill does the math conversion instantaneously, of course.
Okay, Gorilla, I want to see a video. I know you're making shorts. Let's make one where you jumping into the water that's all frozen, saying, "Oh, it's warm here. It's wonderful."
Into the water, like I do every
Yeah.
March. Like I
There you
do every
go.
March. I do the polar
Sure,
plunge every year.
you gonna show us this year?
Yeah, I'll have my aunt do the video.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, they have
Well,
the polar bear swim here on January 1st in a lot of places,
yeah.
which is kind of crazy
No,
to me.
but no, but every year we do the polar plunge here.
Oh, in March. Oh, that's
No,
different.
they have to do it in January here in Texas because that's the only time it's going to be that cold.
Hey, water that 60 degrees is not a polar plunge.
Hey, well, we got to take what we can get. We're where we are.
Oh, by the
Okay,
way,
I'm gonna
I wanted to
go
just
ahead.
quickly mention everybody else was talking about the stuff they might be streaming over the holidays, and I've sort of worked out a list of Christmas films that I'm thinking of, streaming on. I guess it's Cosme, if I remember the name correctly.
Yeah.
The only thing is, I'm not sure how I'm going to get the word out because I still don't think I've got a community tab on my channel. So I'm still trying to figure that out. But I've actually found a whole lot of.
Post it to YouTube and Twitter and as many.
Yeah, I need to sign
Go
up for
ahead.
Twitter, I guess. Yeah, I still don't have
PvP.
that.
I'll mention
Yes,
your
sign up
holiday
for
vid-
Twitter.
Are you gonna
Sign
live
up for
stream on
Twitter. That's a
YouTube?
lot of the.
Yeah, I was going to just, well, I don't think I'll live stream on here, but I'm
Uh,
just
Be right
going to
back, guys.
oh, because that's gonna make it a lot harder for me because I could just send everybody to your
Oh,
your
okay.
your YouTube channel there, and then you can have your Cosme link in your chat there and kind of like do a live react.
Right.
But
Well, if I can figure, I've never done a live stream, so I'm a total newbie at that. But I'm sure I can find some videos on here that'll give me an idea of how to set it up, and I'll try to get it figured out sometime later this week. Around the weekend because I'm working tomorrow and Wednesday, and then I've got to go for Christmas dinner Thursday to my cousin's place. So I'm not going to have a whole lot of time to work on it. But maybe I'll actually take a look at some of the videos tonight. Actually, I probably have a little bit of time, I guess. So. But yeah, I've got quite a list of Christmas films. I found a lot of good ones online, luckily. So I'm going to watch them anyway. So I figure if I'm going to watch the darn things, I might as well, do a live stream kind of thing, and let other people join in if they have the time.
yeah, it's real easy with StreamYards.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I have to figure it out. So you just do the StreamYards and link it up with the YouTube. Okay.
Yeah, but it takes 24 hours for them to confirm your account thing, 24 to 48 hours. So if you never
Ah,
live stream
okay.
there,
Yeah, no, I haven't. So I'll have to read up and figure it all out still. So hopefully I can get it figured out by next week. I'll probably be streaming most of the stuff after Christmas anyway, so I'm not too concerned about the timing really.
Oh, Euler Greg's in the
Okay.
chat says he's got to go. Merry Christmas once
Yeah.
again.
Later,
I will
Gator
see you,
Oleg.
Euler.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you for being here, Oleg Greg. I know. I know. I'll be wrapping this up, guys. I know it's kind of late,
Yeah, I
but
should go and get some supper anyway, I guess.
but Jill, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays. In case I don't talk to you for a week or two, at least
Oh, yeah,
online.
Merry Christmas, Pop Culture Curator, Gorilla, and PvP, and also
Yeah.
Scotty
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Jill.
and Captain.
I don't suppose
Oh,
you're
but even
doing.
though he's not.
I don't suppose you're doing a Friday stream this week. I would imagine with the holiday.
Probably not, but if I do,
Yeah.
it'll be like a Shorely format where I don't review anything.
Oh, okay, that's fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, if you do decide, that you're going to go on, just shoot me a link, and
Mhm.
I'll probably be able to pop on because I don't think I've got too much planned this Friday. So
Mhm. Okay,
That's cool.
could be fun.
Well, thank you for
Yeah.
stopping by, PvP.
yeah,
I'm
I just
glad you
wanted
came
to
by,
pop in and say
PvP.
hi. I know it was too
Yeah.
late to.
Did you watch the episode?
I did actually watch it a couple weeks ago because I think Pop was going to do it 2 weeks ago, and then he missed a week or something.
Yeah, but it was we postponed it for a week because
Yeah, because I
was
watched
busy,
it
if I remember right.
weeks ago, so I still remember enough of it. I thought it was an okay episode, but not one of my favorites, really.
No, not
I thought,
ours either.
yeah, I thought it was
Yeah,
funny though the way the hunter lady was hitting on Kirk all through the episode.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, we did have a lot of fun with that aspect of the episode where Kirk was turning down her advances.
Yeah, for once Kirk was on
Right.
the other end of the table, and he couldn't kind of deal with it.
Right,
Yeah.
and overall, we
True.
all pretty much voted it lowest out of all the episodes so far.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'd probably give it, I don't know, maybe a C or something. I don't know.
Oh, hey, that's Pop Culture's review.
Hey, cool, nice cat.
Yeah.
What's your
Well,
cat?
he
What's your
wants
cat's name,
attention.
Gorilla?
Wow.
Jethro.
Jethro.
Yeah. He wants attention, so he's getting it.
It's Jethro, but it sounds every
There
time
you
he
go.
says it, it sounds like death row.
Was that a rap cat or something there, Jill?
Yeah, in my mind, yes, it's a rap.
Okay.
Rap cat. Death Row Records, of course.
Okay, I wanted to say Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everyone in the chat. I really appreciate you guys being here. I will be having some of my rumblings of the lab, from the musings and rumblings from the lab videos coming up, because why not? I think this, honestly, I hate to say it, and it's kind of ghoulish, but since the holidays are coming up, it's when a lot of people are actually busy and they're not streaming, and because of that, I'm going to take advantage and stream. Maybe I'll get more viewers and more subs that way.
Yeah, that's a good. You've got it. You got to make it over 100 over this holiday week.
Yeah, that's my goal.
Yep.
Hopefully, I'll make 100 by New Year's. Hopefully,
That'll be cool.
I've got
Yeah.
6 to go.
That's not much at all.
Well, that's pretty close then.
Yeah.
Wow.
I never
Well,
thought I'd
I've
get this
had-
far, right?
Well, I'll have time to make my jerky then over if the storm hits.
There you go.
Mm.
That sounds great. Homemade jerky. Oh,
Yeah, well, I had a skirt steak that package kind of broke open in the freezer, so I decided to turn it into jerky.
Ah. Mm.
that's a good idea. And I did buy a ham, Gorilla, for 99 cents a
What
pound,
did
like I
I?
told you.
I found one for $1.98 a pound.
Good. That's not good, but better. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I haven't had ham probably in a few years, so it'll be nice.
Yeah, I got a small ham in the fridge too that I'll probably cook up this weekend sometime.
I'll be cooking mine during our stream tomorrow. I'm going to put it in the oven
Oh, wow.
before the stream starts, and I'll be checking on it.
Mm.
Nice.
But thank you, like I said, to the chat and everybody for being here, and thank you for the panel and everyone who's been on the panel tonight. All of you guys, I really appreciate it.
yeah, thanks. Thanks for
Yeah.
having me on, and thanks to the chat. Chat
Always a pleasure.
It's always nice to pop on. And I want to wish everybody on the panel and in the chat a Merry Christmas, and hopefully the next time between now and New Year's will be a fun time. Hopefully for everybody, and yeah.
Absolutely. And I hope it went well with you with the doctor, PvP. I remember.
It actually went great. It was
Great.
I got to say, a lot of people slam healthcare here, but I've always had a positive experience with it.
Oh,
I
good.
checked in on time. The staff was so incredibly professional and just precise. I mean, everybody was doing their part. When I got there, they took my information down. They took the phone numbers, for my cousin to come and pick me up afterwards. Everybody, was so organized. I was there for, I guess, maybe 3 hours, because you have to wait a while, and then you finally go in and get everything done. But and then of course they make you wait afterwards just for your own safety kind of thing, because they do give you a sedative, right? So but yeah, it went smoothly, it went great, no complications. Yeah, I was amazed at how well it went. Actually, I was it's like the fear of the unknown is worse than the actual event.
Right. I feel
Yes.
like you've been dreading this for weeks and you finally got through
Oh,
it and it's fine. And I'm glad to
yes.
hear that. That's
Yes, I'm
great.
so relieved, Jill. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I really am so relieved.
All right. Yeah, we're happy for you, PvP.
Yeah. Well, I just got to wait for the results now, which is a little tense because it'll take a couple weeks, but because they did do a biopsy, so hopefully
Okay.
everything will be good.
Yes, I hope so too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
At least
But
you got the
anyway,
hard part done.
I'm still going to make the best of Christmas, so. But
Okay.
yeah, gee,
So,
I'd love to watch some Christmas movies if I can figure out, what I'm doing and figure out how to get the word out and, get all that done by, as I say, by the weekend when the Christmas season is actually here. So I will do a little bit of research and see what I can figure out over the next few days. And yeah, I will certainly, let well, I kind of email Jill. I'll let Jill know because she kind of can, contact everybody else, I suppose, if that's
well,
okay.
get on Twitter, and then I want you to join. We have a
Yeah,
little group on Twitter.
I got
Where
a
we
question. When
yes.
you do Twitter, like, is there some way you can like focus it to like a narrow range of folks, or because I don't
Yes.
want millions of crazy people, sending me
No.
Twitter messages,
No.
right?
No. 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 Personal messages are only for people that you allow.
Okay,
Right.
okay.
There's like a general bulletin board where everybody posts, but
Oh,
then when it comes to messaging back and forth, it's only for people you've allowed.
mm, mm, mm.
Yeah, there's
Okay,
crazy people on there. It's actually safe.
right.
And
Okay,
we have
so
a group where you could drop in one comment and everybody sees it at once instead of having to send it to everybody.
oh, that would be great. Yeah, because I guess once I sign up for Twitter, I'll be able to find you guys somehow. I'm not really sure how, but
Well, I'm at PC curator
oh, okay, right. That
all
makes
together,
sense.
just all lowercase, just PC curator.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to get that done. It's just like it seems like when I'm working, I get home from work and I'm too tired and I never get. By the time I
Oh,
have
I
supper, it's
understand.
time. It's time to get some sleep. So yeah, the
I
time just
understand,
flies.
especially in the winter, those short days, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm sitting there till 6 or 7, and I look out the window and I see it's getting dark a little after 4 o'clock. So
I know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well,
Okay.
the days will get
Well,
longer now though, as once Christmas gets here. So.
that's right. And thank you once again, everybody in the chat and everybody on the panel. I'm going to close this out. And before we leave, I'll give a preview of the next episode we'll be covering of
Hmm.
the animated series, which is The Pirates of Orion,
Great.
Oh yeah,
which is
yeah.
season 1 of episode 2. We have 6 episodes to go.
Yeah, it's a
We'll
short
see this
season.
in approximately 2 weeks, I'm guessing. Right.
Yes.
We'll see this in
In
approximately
next
2
year.
weeks. Yes, exactly. Next year. That'll be our premiere for next year.
Which is pretty
And
cool. Starting a new season.
excited. I'm excited to cover it, but it's kind of melancholy because when it's over, and it's like it was so fun.
I know, and I
Yeah.
still haven't tried Lost in Space. I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, Lost in
That's
Space.
okay.
Yeah, actually, I think I found Lost in Space online somewhere. That was pretty decent quality. If you don't have access to it,
I
Jill,
have it.
you have it. Okay, good.
Yeah, I
I just
got it a
thought I'd
long
ask.
time ago because I thought we were going
Oh,
to
you do?
review it a long time ago. But
Oh,
now it's finally coming back up again.
Oh, great! I'm
yeah.
glad you already have it. I was wondering that, Jill.
So you got the DVDs, did you, Jill?
Yeah, I have them.
Right. I got them years ago. Yeah, I've got them too. Yeah. Yeah, I think you'll
Jill,
enjoy
right? And
enjoy
Jill,
it.
it's similar to Star Trek, Jill, where they filmed a pilot and then they did not air it, and the network had suggestions. And then when the first episode and the second or third, they kind of broke the pilot up into those episodes, similar like they did the menagerie with the cage.
Yeah, not many series get that, so that is a rare thing.
Exactly right. And just like with Star Trek, the suggestions by the network for once were actually improved upon the idea. So
Very neat.
all right. So Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna leave here. I hope I can show this preview without showing my legs, but I'm gonna do my best. I hope you guys have audio. And here we are.
Yep,
and
hopefully.
thank you, everybody. Take care. Let's see if it
Merry
works.
Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, and peace.
Supplemental. We've arranged to get the strobolin needed to save Mr. Spock's life. The starship Potemkin has already picked up the drug and will transfer it to a freighter, the SS Huron, for delivery to the Enterprise.
Sensor readout, Captain. It's not the Enterprise closing on us, sir. Another starship? You're sure it's following us?
It's on an intercept course now, Captain. And at this speed, they'll get us before we get to the Enterprise.
I'm picking up metallic debris.
Was the Huron attacked?
Based on present data, I would say yes.
Hard to port, Sulu. Let's face them head on. I recognize them. And we convert the asteroid we're orbiting into a doomsday bomb that will destroy both ships.